Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Big Damn Cast. I am Bill Potts.
I am so tired. Just so tired.
And you are here for an SDCC roundup. Because you haven't read it enough on websites.
No.
And you haven't had people who don't know what they're talking about tell you enough about it already on YouTube videos.
So we're going to get more people who don't know what they're talking about to tell you about it on a podcast.
Whilst drinking.
Oh,
Huzzah! So, we've got a bunch to get through, and we're going to crack through, plus a big email catch-up at the end. But let's start with a bit of news before we tuck into our trailer smorgasbord.
Yeah, let's start with a little bit of news.
San Diego Comic-Con, doo-da. Many announcements were made that didn't rhyme.
Rumours.
It's weird that rumours came out of a con, really,
right.
But they did. Let's start with the house that Batman built.
The house that Batman
built? Yeah, come at me, Superman.
No, not like that. Not like that. I'm not wearing any protection.
Ben Affleck's not Batman anymore. Or is he? He is. He is Batman. But leading up to the DC Warner's panel in Hall H on Saturday, there was a big kerfuffle over the fact that Ben Affleck might be stepping down from the role of Batman. Simply because he's not happy, and the direction of the movie that originally was his and is now only partly his is all skew-if and blah-de-blah-de-blah and la-de-la-de-la.
If I was Ben Affleck, I'd be rich, and my dick would have been on screen, and also I'd be really pissed off at Matt Reeves.
And it's turkey time.
Gobble gobble.
Yeah. I'm going to say this, because he does... Watch interviews with Ben Affleck around the time they announced Batman v Superman, and then watch any interview set during or after the filming of Batman v Superman,
the press,
and then watch any interviews done in the last few months now that the Batman is in a form of pre-production. You watch a man getting the role of a childhood dream, this is something he's wanted to play since forever. You see him realise, oh god, it's not worth it, this product is terrible, and holy shit, what am I doing? This is a clusterfuck. Please get me out. His eyes say, help me.
Do you think that Ben Affleck's life now is like a real-life version of the monkey paw?
Yeah, he got his contract for the DCEU from Mr. Needful's shop. It's a cursed item.
How many fingers are left on the paw? Can he wish it back? Fix it all.
Do you want this? You could play the role of Batman in a brand new cinematic universe. Oh my god! But every film will be shit.
Is his contract a form of lament configuration? Is he going to get it right and Pinhead's going to pop out? What's going on?
We have such shite to show you.
So much.
All I know is I feel very sorry for Ben Affleck. And the fact this was even brought up, and then he denied it. In the Paul H panel, they brought it up. I think they made a joke about it, and he basically was like, "No, I'm sticking around." Everyone went, "Woo, yeah, woo!" And it's but the fact you even had to say that is worrying already, because it shows that you want to. I hope you have. It says that you want to... Just because then you'll have a tasty eye.
My face is burning all of a sudden.
I've
not been eating chili.
The news is hot, that's why.
Yeah, the news is so hot, it's burning my eyes out of my face.
Oh, and your flesh is melting.
Yeah.
What?
Bubbling and running.
It's Flying Ant Day Part 2, so you probably just accidentally blinked one into your head.
Oh, no.
And it's laying its seed.
That's definitely a Twilight Zone episode.
Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that Batman isn't being recast in some way.
Armie Hammer.
Again, because... Poor thing.
Man.
Flash's first movie now finally has a plot that they are confident enough to announce. It's got a brand new script, still being written. Even though the film is technically in its
It's so new, it's not finished.
It's in its 20th month of pre-production.
I don't think The Flash is ever going to come out.
But Matt, it has to, because they've committed to Flashpoint.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, for those who don't know what Flashpoint is, give me a 3-sentence summary of what the hell Flashpoint is, was, and should only have ever been.
Barry Allen goes back in time to stop his mother from being murdered. Changes the timeline, makes everything worse.
There you go. It was a comic book story. It was the precedent. It was like the last big event.
It was their
Slash
summer,
lead into the New 52.
It was their summer crossover in 2011, which led directly into the New 52. And basically, the idea is that the Flash changed his history, made everything worse, then changed everything back. But him changing everything back actually led to the New 52, so a bunch of shit was different.
But similar, but different.
Similar, but not the same. Also, everyone's too young and continuity doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Because DC...
Batman's only been Batman for 6 years, and in that time has had 4 Robins and
a
10-year-old son with Talia al Ghul.
Oh, God. But remember, no, 3 Robins. Because Tim Drake wasn't Robin. Except when he was later.
He was Red Robin.
God. Who wasn't Robin, but he classes
exactly like Robin.
But he still has him like at family get-togethers, because apparently they know each other, even though he was never a Robin under his wing.
I finally started reading the Zero Year.
It's not bad, is it? It's its own thing.
I've read the first volume. It's fine. It's
the Red Hood story.
Yeah.
The Riddler stuff's where it becomes really good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see where that goes. So
I like how the Red Hood is so blatantly the Joker in their version.
Oh yeah.
They don't even, and it does what I like, where the Joker was always a nasty piece of work, and the chemical bath just sort of unlocks his madness a bit more. And
the
makes
chemical bath and Batman.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But we'll talk about Zero Year another day. I suspect. But yeah, back to Flashpoint.
So Flashpoint is a universe-altering thing.
Yeah.
Season 3 of CW's The Flash adapted it into the last episode of Season 2, and then the season premiere of Season 3. Flashpoint was a mini event in that show. End of Series 2, he goes back in time and saves his mum, and then we don't see what happens. Series 3 opens with an episode where you're like, oh my god, everything's different.
I say they adapted it. They took the base concept. They didn't.
It was an adaptation in the strictest sense of we adapted it into our own thing.
They didn't use.
It wasn't a retelling.
They didn't actually use any of the things that were really interesting about the Flashpoint universe, like the Atlantis Themyscira War,
like the Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne,
the Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne, set.
Which brings us back to the Batman recasting.
So in Flashpoint,
yes.
In the shooting... Quiet.
Yes.
Quiet. Now stay quiet. If you can. In Flashpoint, the shooting in Crime Alley with the Waynes goes down rather differently. Bruce is the one who was killed.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas and Martha Wayne survive.
News just in! Breaking news! Small child shot in the face!
The grief turns Martha just inside out psychologically. And it drives Thomas to begin a one-man war on crime. Thomas Wayne becomes a brutal, murderous Batman. And Martha Wayne snaps completely, slashes her face open, and becomes the Joker. So, softly, nicely, alternate universe. Yeah. And Jeffrey Dean
it's
Morgan...
a very typical, obvious, like, we're only doing this because it's a one-off story and it's an amazing what-if and blah, blah, blah. But people really zeroed in on that. And that version of Batman has made a return in a recent story.
The Batman Night of Vengeance tie-in miniseries for Flashpoint was the best thing to come out of Flashpoint. Yeah. Hands down.
It was the full telling of that tale.
It was a really neat, like, Elseworlds-esque Batman story.
Yeah. Doesn't it say a lot about DC that most of the stuff that is regarded as their highest thing to look back on or recommend is Elseworlds?
What, like, the fact that they want to make a Red Sun movie?
Ugh, don't get me started.
I like Red Sun.
But not a movie.
But you don't need a Red Sun movie before you've actually had a proper
animated movie? Go for it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
hands down. Well, they're doing Gotham by Gaslight.
There's an animated movie?
Yeah. And they're
doing Death of Superman again.
They're readapting Death of Superman and Reign of the Superman into 2 separate movies.
Okay, but at the same time...
Doomsday isn't very good.
No, but you've done it. Like, do something new, or do an original story. Anyway. No. So, Flashpoint is a big change in the timeline. part of the novelty of Flashpoint, the appeal of it as an idea, is you get to see a fucked up, warped version of the universe you know and love.
Mm-hmm. There's no Superman.
Yep.
Well,
Superman exists, doesn't he? But he's tucked away in a red sun chamber.
He's been experimented on by the government for years. There's no Hal Jordan Green Lantern. There's no Green Arrow.
Wonder Woman and Aquaman are pretty damn
Wonder Woman and
bloodlusty.
Aquaman are at war, and the war between Atlantis and Themyscira has engulfed most of Europe. So yeah, it's a crapsack world.
But none of this matters unless you know the characters and the world they live in.
Yeah, it only
one
works.
movie's not enough for you to give a shit about them.
Because DC adapted it as an animated movie.
Yeah.
The Flashpoint Paradox. It's not very good. So, that's is what it is, really.
Basically.
Yeah. I think it's an odd choice.
Because it doesn't get to teach us more. We won't learn about Ezra Miller's Flash. It sounds like a lot of...
I think we're going to learn about Ezra Miller's Flash
style, but it sounds like a lot of style over substance. It's Batman v Superman again. This is your first story featuring Superman in the setting we know him in, as Clark Kent and Superman. It's the first time you're introducing Batman in this world. It's the first time you're introducing Wonder Woman in this world. And you've just done a big clusterfuck adaptation of big, important storylines mashed together in a blender.
Have they even confirmed a director for The Flash again?
I don't know if they've got one again. I think it's in the air. I'm not sure. Oh, God.
What a clusterfuck.
Yeah. That's a good point, because everyone was saying it should be Chris Lord and... Phil Lord and Miller. Yeah, Lord and Miller, because obviously they're off Han Solo and they were originally attached to Flash. But I doubt their project would have been Flashpoint. In fact, that might be why. I wouldn't be surprised if that was why all these directors have left it, because the studio would be going, oh, do Flashpoint. That book sold really well. Do Flashpoint. It's like, or we could make a movie about the Flash and have a whole generation of kids get to know the Flash instead of a world where the Flash fucks up and everyone's a murdering psychopath. Oh my God, it fits in with Snyder's DCEU. Everyone's a murderous psychopath. Oh my God, there is. That's why it's Flashpoint. That's why it's Flashpoint.
The code. You've cracked it.
But that might be where the recasting rumours for Batman came from, because Jeffrey Dean Morgan was Thomas Wayne in the opening of Batman v Superman. Yeah,
the Thomas Wayne,
the prick tease, and who was Martha Wayne?
The last whose name I can't remember.
She's in stuff. I can't remember what off the top of my head. But so basically, they cast people who you were like, really? They've cast them for just like 30 seconds of screen time.
Yeah,
for a scene we've seen done a million times. That's weird. Unless, of course, their plan was always Flashpoint, which would explain why Flash directors leapt off of it, because they were like, no, I want to tell a Flash story. And they're like, no, we've got to do this, because we've already contracted this, that, and the other.
Yeah, I think that was the...
Billy D. Williams, we promised him he could be Two-Face again.
That was the scuttlebutt.
A slow, slightly dementia-riddled Two-Face.
That was the scuttlebutt. When Jeffrey Dean Morgan was cast, everyone was like, are they going to do some more stuff? Are they going to Flashpoint? Are we
going to get flashbacks, even? Yeah. Just like flashbacks with Thomas Wayne? So that's it for news on the DC camp over at Disney Marvel. Obviously, we learned a bunch of stuff last week with D23, but this week we learned specifically that the Punisher's Netflix series is coming to Netflix. It's
this year.
Yeah. Which is mental. But there was no confirmed date, I don't think. Oh, okay. It was 2018, 2019. We knew it was filming, but they've confirmed it. A nice little trailer for the Netflix shows with Stan Lee giving narration was shown with a very brief shot at the end of it from Punisher. So it's like, here it is, motherfuckers, it's on the way. We also had, at the Defenders panel, Jeff Loeb was hosting. Just a side note, I watched a load of the panels this weekend.
Yeah.
Jeff Loeb isn't a very good host. Listening to Jeff Loeb be interviewed in a podcast, he's great. And reading his earlier works, and some of his newer works, he's great. Jeff Loeb hosting isn't great. He's just sort of all over the shop. Ha! I can talk. But also, Chris Hardwick, does anyone find him an appealing host?
I don't listen to The Nerdist anymore, because if it's not a good guest, then Chris Hardwick just turns it into...
Look at me making jokes, haha, I'm funny.
Just Chris Hardwick being not funny.
He's not funny. He hosted the panels and he makes jokes that aren't funny. It's really weird.
He's not funny or charismatic. Let's make enemies with someone vastly more successful than we are. We don't like Chris Hardwick. I'm putting my cards on the table.
Oh God, he's done it. He's actually put a card on the table.
He's
laid 3 cards on the table. One's a picture of Chris Hardwick. One's a picture of a crossbow. And the other is a picture of a weeping widow. Bit dark.
Well, you know, the tarot never lies. What were we talking about?
It's the green you need. And when I look into your future, it's Keith David asking.
Don't
He was confirmed
talk
for
to
Rick
me.
and Morty Series 3.
Oh, I love Keith
David's in Rick and Morty Series 3, and I can't remember if it was confirmed, but people saying, is he reprising his role as the president?
I hope so.
And they said, maybe. Might also be playing other parts, which would make sense. Cause
What if he's playing Reverse Giraffe again?
I love this man!
Please be Reverse Giraffe again.
No, because Reverse Giraffe never existed, Matt. You've got to let them go.
But
they got a name for people like you where he comes from. I'm already comfortable with being called Nazi. Do really think there's anything you could say?
What about Sleepy Gary?
What about Mr. Sneezy? The official vehicle of Mr. Sneezy 3D.
We might...
It's right, it's bright, it's Sneezy McDeluxe. Oh, Mr. Sneezy, achoo!
We might see Chewbacca.
Oh, God. That's out this weekend. Series 3 starts this weekend.
I'm going to be very drunk this weekend, so it's going to be a very good opportunity.
I don't know where it's being shown in the UK, so I'm going to be stressed trying to torrent it, probably.
I'm going to find it, I'm going to hunt it down, and I'm going to sink my jagged, broken teeth into its jugular.
No. I'm going to wait for the whole thing, and then I'm going to disconnect my jaw and envelop it in my maw.
Oh, it'll turn on right now.
Yeah,
what
baby.
the fuck we were talking about? We were talking about Marvel news.
Marvel, motherfucker.
Right, okay.
Because over at Marvel, at the panel, Jeff Loeb said, you'd be happy to know that...
I'm writing Ultimates 4!
We just... I'm writing Ultimatum 2! Blob nom nom boogaloo! Oh, God. He said, Charlie just made it to the... Oh, God. Charlie... I mean, I'll be honest. If you did a one-off special issue, Blob Eats the Ultimate Marvel Universe, I would buy it.
Burn every copy.
And then burn. Oh God! He said Charlie only just arrived because he's just come off the set of Daredevil season 3, and everyone went woo. Kristen has only just arrived because she's just come off the set of Jessica Jones season 2, and everyone went woo. Mike Coulter is finishing up a few weeks off, because in a few weeks he starts Luke Cage season 2, and everyone went, woo! And then they went, oh, I don't want to leave you out, Finn, because Finn Jones obviously sat there, and you're like, oh, that's really sad. Like, they're just going to list those 3 shows and then move on.
Because no one liked your show.
He said, we're happy to confirm that Iron Fist season 2 is going into pre-production next month. And he just went, oh, and it's quite joyous to watch. He just sort of looks so happy to not be the left-out ginger stepchild of the group in that moment. Because I was like, that's a bit unfair, Jeff, listing that the others are coming back when there's probably not going to be another Iron Fist. Oh, there is! And why is this slightly more hopeful news? Because...
they're changing showrunner.
They're changing motherfucking showrunner.
From someone to someone.
But hopefully someone with a bit of a better vision.
I did read
who
about
thinks,
it.
oh, we've got a kung fu guy with a mystical power to channel energies into his fist.
Yeah.
Let's make a kung fu show with villains, shall we? Instead of a business show.
Oh, God.
With occasional allusions to Kung Fu.
I need to finish Iron Fist Season 2 before Defenders starts next month.
Yeah.
Next month, by the way. Defenders starts next month in like 3 weeks.
I know.
I need to finish
so hard.
Season 1 of Iron Fist because, well, I started. I've got to mastermind that shit.
You started back in, was it February when it came out?
Yeah, and I was deflated like a saggy balloon.
And for the sheer sake of experimentation, I'm still not going to touch it.
Yeah.
Because I want us to go into the Defenders with one of us having watched Iron Fist and the other having not seen it.
Raven Metzner is the showrunner for Season 2. Scott Buck has stepped down. Raven Metzner has stepped up. He's an exec producer on Sleepy Hollow.
Step down, probably kindly asked to move on, I imagine.
Oh, Scott Buck is also showrunning Marvel's Inhumans.
Which we'll get to.
Yes.
I'm only human.
The last time Metzner worked on a Marvel property, the 2005 film Elektra.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh, Iron Fist just can't catch a break! It's not good, Chris.
Meanwhile, in the hardcore MCU...
Are you all happy now because I took a shit on a DC thing and now I'm taking a shit on a Marvel thing? Are you happy?
There will be people. Actually, on the way, season 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because the seasons have been having subtitles.
Oh, Jesus.
Season 6 has got its
Season
subtitle.
6 already?
Season 6 has got its subtitle. Would you like to hear what it is?
No.
Okay. Would you like to hear what it is?
No.
Oh. Do you want to hear what it is?
Just tell me.
Invasion. Now that's interesting news considering the first bit of MCU news. Captain Marvel, some artwork was shown off at SDCC.
Some concept art.
Showcasing Captain Marvel in her costume, looking pretty cool. Obviously, until we see the finished one, we don't know what the actual one's going to look like, but if it looks anything like that, it's pretty badass.
Looks like Brie Larson.
Yeah, it's interesting as well. It's like, obviously, they're not going to do, Warbird and all that stuff, and Ms. Marvel. They're not going to do all of those things.
They shouldn't. The Warbird costume is not dated.
Oh, no, but I mean, like, they're not going to, like, go, oh, she was this, and then she was this, and then she was this. Like, in this version, she's Captain Marvel. Like, that's who she is. It'd be too much to cram in. Yeah.
Cram it in.
Plus, they've got to hurry up and get to the next version of the Marvel legacy when they inevitably launch a Ms. Marvel movie sometime in Phase 5.
No, she'll be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, she better get a movie. If she ever happens, she better get a movie.
I'd love her.
Oh my god, a Ms. Marvel and Tom Holland Spider-Man team-up movie.
Oh my god.
No, screw that. Save it for 7-8 years down the line when Tom Holland passes on. Miles Morales and Ms. Marvel.
And Kamala Khan.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would watch the living shit out of that. And that's the perfect time to introduce a Sam Alexander Nova and just do here's a teenage superhero movie featuring 3 teenage superheroes. Not fussed about Ms. Marvel or Nova, you're gonna freaking watch it because Spider-Man's in it. Come and watch it.
Totally Awesome Hulk.
In fact, you just call it Ultimate Spider-Man because then it's sort of like the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, and it's like, here's a team of heroes. Like, do an Ultimate Spider-Man movie with those 2 characters and make that their launch pad. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. The concept art looks cool, but most notably, people noticed Nick Fury with 2 eyes. Which begs the question...
That's a weird way of spelling Fury.
It was the Nintendo Wii version, Fury. Not to be confused with Furry, which is Sam Jackson in a fox outfit. With a collar.
Motherfucker.
Oh god. I really want to see it. Have you seen the Hitman? Is it the Hitman's Bodyguard? Oh man.
I got a trailer for that in front of War of the Planet of the Apes.
Nick Fury and Deadpool in a slightly zany dark comedy movie. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Nick Fury had 2 eyes. People were like, why? And they went, this movie's set in the 90s. And everyone went, what? Well, then how's it going to tie into Avengers 4? Because I think there'd already been talk of Brie Larson being in the second part of the Infinity War story.
Well, she should be.
Unless, of course, that might be something to do with the story. A lot of people speculating the time gem's going to be involved in Captain Marvel. Because in the footage of Infinity War that went out at D23, Thanos only had like 2 of the gems in the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And we haven't had the 6th gem yet, which I believe is the time gem. Because the colours don't correspond with the colours of the comic book.
Yeah, Agamotto's the time gem.
Is it? Okay, interesting. Maybe, is it Reality Gem? Is it Reality Gem? No, that was the Ether, wasn't it?
The Ether Reality.
Tits! What is it then? Soul Gem? No, that's Vision. Point is, people thinking that one of the Infinity Stones, whichever one is left, or one of the others earlier in the story, will bring her forward, which means you have kind of a Captain America crossover sort of story here of like,
Space?
We're the 2 people at a time. Could be. What was, Oh, alright, let's nerd this out. What's the Tesseract? Tesseract is the mind gem. It's the mind, because it takes you over. It's the mind gem. Because it's about mind control. Like, it power... No.
The stuff
No, I'm
is
an
the
idiot.
soul gem.
Yeah. Soul... Is it soul? Or is it mind? Mind's one of them, right?
They're both a thing.
Yeah. The Tesseract and the staff turned out to be 2 separate ones, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the Tesseract... Oh my god, what have we done?
Alright, let's go down this rabbit hole.
Because the soul gem seems to be what would power Vision, but why would the soul gem control people's minds? Unless it doesn't, it corrupted their souls. Loki, touched their heart. So it's like, more of a soul sort of thing. Okay, I'm going to take a guess before you bring the list up. Okay.
Alright.
Vision / Loki's staff is the soul gem. The Tesseract is the you tesseracted the space.
Yeah.
Because it opened up a wormhole into deep space.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, because that's what happened to the Red Skull. He got zapped into somewhere else by the Tesseract.
No.
The ether is the reality gem. Hang on, let me see if I get it. I think I've already got it wrong, but I'm going to see. The ether's reality.
Run that by me again. So.
Right. Loki's staff/vision is the soul gem. The mind gem is... No. Oh my god! No, just hit me with it. This is going to drive me nuts. And I know that the one in Guardians that's got to be the power. That's the power.
Yeah, that's the power gem.
That's the power gem because it's basically just a force of nature.
Tesseract is the space gem.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
The ether is the reality gem.
Yep.
Orb's the power gem.
Yep.
Loki Scepter's the mind gem.
Okay.
We haven't seen the soul gem yet.
And we haven't seen the time gem.
The time gem
yet.
is the Eye of Agamotto.
Time gem. Yeah, I was going to say that'll be Eye of Agamotto because he Strange manipulates time with it. So what's the missing one then? Soul.
Soul.
Okay. I got nothing. So the point is, Captain Marvel's story will somehow go forward, and the reason why people think that it's obviously got a cosmic bent is because the villains, or at least part of the villainous force in Captain Marvel is...
Those motherfucking Skrulls.
Motherfucking Skrulls, motherfucker.
Skrulls from outer space!
Now, James Gunn confirmed on Twitter with a couple of questions from fans. People were like, hang on, don't Fox own the Skrulls as part of the Fantastic Four package? That's why you wanted to... they were in Joss Whedon's original Avengers script. They were going to be the alien force Loki teamed up with. Instead, they changed it to the Chitauri, which was the Ultimate Universe's soft Skrull reboot until they actually did some Skrull stuff. It was like, okay, soft Skrull.
The soft Skrull shuffle.
James Gunn confirmed that the Skrulls are joint ownership of Disney, Marvel Studios, and Fox. Fox own specific Skrulls. So I'm assuming...
Piebok, Super Skrull.
Yeah. Basically named ones. Possibly not the Skrull Queen.
She's a Secret Invasion.
Yeah, which makes me think S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6, like it, because S.H.I.E.L.D. has already preempted Inhumans, and it's preempted Guardians of the Galaxy with the Kree. I think Season 6 of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be the one that preempts Captain Marvel, and we're going to see some Skrull action. Giggity, giggity, goo.
The shapeshifters, that could be kind of hot.
It could. Giggity, 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 goo. Oh, yeah, just rub that big green jaggedy chin against me.
I love the green chin, because the concept art for Captain Marvel is full-on big green ridgy chin.
Yeah, like they've got like golden armor and stuff on them and everything, but there's a big old
Skrulls from outer space.
Oh god, yeah.
Fantastic Four number 2.
And finally, Ant-Man and the Wasp release date next year. Ant-Man sequel, slap bang after Infinity War, isn't it? Infinity War's the first.
Yeah.
Black Panther's the first one we get next year. Then Infinity War. Then Ant-Man and the Wasp. So huzzah! Ant-Man and the Wasp's the end of the year, bookend one. Now. Motherfucker, let's move on to them goddamn sweet ass trailers.
Well, it's funny you should mention the next Marvel movie we're getting. Because that's the first trailer we got. Thor. Ragnarok and motherfucking roll. So we saw...
Sorry.
Have you quite finished?
No.
I'll
just do it from the waist down. From this point on.
Yes, please. So, we've now seen quite a bit of Ragnarok with this new trailer. We have seen... It looks like Hela, the goddess of death, has some actual personality.
Goddamn yes. Sorry, what, hang on. You're listening? Hardcore DC fans who get annoyed about Marvel praise. Here we go, you ready? What? A good Marvel villain?
Unlike some
That wasn't sarcastic. They do genuinely seem to have a bit of a problem utilising their villains. It's because they have a bigger focus on the heroes. Some would say that means that they're building a bigger world around them, but as the sequels have proved, they still don't really bring the villains to the forefront. Loki in Avengers is the only villain who's sort of really broken out in the movie universe.
Unlike previous Marvel villains,
the TV universe has done quite well so far, specifically with Fisk and
Hela seems to have a bit of
Kilgrave in Jessica Jones.
Zest, shall we say.
Matt's talking about lemons. We'll get back to this later. Just you and me.
And I think bringing Taika Waititi onto the project Taika Waititi has definitely helped imbue some character into proceedings. we've got some Hulk speak.
Yes, we
Some
do.
proper Hulk
They
speak.
confirmed at the panel, Mark Ruffalo's one of those people who doesn't quite understand how spoilers work, so he gave away probably a little bit more than they were hoping, which is basically, since we've last seen Banner, he's been the Hulk. As he went off at the end of Age of Ultron, he's been the Hulk. He hasn't been Banner that whole time.
How did he get into orbit as the
The Hulk?
How did he get to
I
Sakaar
guess we'll find out.
As the Hulk?
I guess we'll find out. But he's been. I love the fact they found. Everyone's like, "When are we going to plan a Hulk movie?" It's here, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're getting
and not just in a look, it's Hulk in a gladiatorial arena. Like we're talking side characters from Planet Hulk are in this movie.
Yeah, Taika Waititi is Korg.
He is, and he's voicing him like he described as Polynesian bouncer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I cannot wait to see this. He's brought in a lot of Polynesian and New Zealand and influences and more Australian actors, and there's only a few American and British actors in this movie, which is nice because it means we're just going to hear a different range of voices, and also we're going to meet a lot of cast members who you don't normally see in these sort of films, which is freaking great. But yeah, so it's a Planet Hulk movie. The Hulk has been the Hulk the entire time. It's been nearly 2 years, and the Hulk has existed as the Hulk in total, in terms of every time he's transformed, for about 2 years now. The Hulk has been around for about 2 years' worth of time. And because of that, his vocabulary has evolved a bit. As a 2-year-old, when you get to the age of 2, you're obviously starting to say words and phrases. So that's why he sounds a bit babyish, a bit like Me Hulk You Tarzan, which the Hulk traditionally used to sort of sound like sometimes, based on who was writing him. But it's so weird, isn't it, to hear
Matt Ruffalo's doing this sort of breathless thing where he just can't quite settle down enough to make a full sentence.
Like he's sort of thinking about it but not struggling. It's more a case of like, now how do I say this next word? There it is.
Yeah.
And this word.
But also kind of like that sense that you got in Avengers where you can't quite settle down.
Yeah.
He's always sort of moving, and
peace isn't something he's used to. He's enjoying it, but it's not his thing.
No.
He's even got his juju beads from Ultimate Hulk vs. Wolverine. Oh god. So that's cool, and I like the idea that their weird mini rival, basically their first fight in Avengers, has informed their entire relationship going forward. We didn't see much of it in Age of Ultron, but in this film, it's obviously still that thing of like, who won? Well, I won, obviously.
Easily.
That doesn't sound very likely. Like,
that's true, so we can say it happened.
Loki, according to Hiddleston at the panel, has been the ruler of Asgard. And
doesn't look like it's going so well for him.
He may or may not have been uncovered or kicked out by Hela. So I wonder if the movie we're going to see will begin with Loki in on the throne still as Odin.
Yeah, this trailer looks like it shows quite a lot of the movie, but as with Guardians, the trailers for Guardians Volume 2, I'm not sure what order any of this takes place in, so I'm not sure how much they're actually giving away.
You get the gist. Something's happened with Thor, and whatever's gone on with him and Hela, he's ended up in, on Sakaar and everything. Yeah. And then from there, oh my god, could we just take a moment to appreciate that this movie is essentially like, again, it's doing what these Marvel movies do quite well, and it's pairing heroes up together.
Yeah.
So we've got Thor and Hulk, but by the end of it, it looks like we've got a team comprised of Thor, Hulk, Loki, and Valkyrie.
I'm so down.
Valkyrie's costume is amazing. Like, obviously, when we first meet her, by the look of it, she's in that sort of the black muted colours one. Yeah. And it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's not really, you're not going to see a bunch of kids buying that action
Well, she's
figure.
on Sakaar, isn't she?
Yeah. But then she's in like a white and gold armour-plated bodysuit.
Yeah, because she's the fucking Valkyrie. Valkyrie, motherfucker! She's riding a Pegasus.
Oh god, yeah. That shot. And just Kate Blanchett carrying off the massive bloody headpiece. Carl Urban with a shaved head. I didn't realise it was him.
Look.
I didn't even realise it was him.
Carl Urban with a shaved head and 2 M16s.
Of course.
Friday night for you.
Oh god. And Jeff Goldblum in the shit out of it.
Jeff Goldblum is just achieving.
Did you see the
maximum
statue of the Grandmaster in the trailer briefly? There's a bunch of guys carrying this like big carved effigy to him, and it looks like it's made out of purple Crayola. But it's so like it's chiseled and square jaw, but it's still clearly him. So good. And they've confirmed as well at the panel that yes, he is the brother of the Collector, which was actually confirmed. They've confirmed that it's a thing and that it might be referenced in the movie.
Yeah.
And both of them are as old as the Unknown Universe. But they sort of have their own little niches. The Collector obviously likes to just gather things and everything, whereas the Grandmaster is more about like putting on a show and being the ruler of his own little Like, he doesn't want to rule the galaxy. He's happy just ruling a planet.
Yeah.
Which is such a wonderfully modest thing to say about the character. He doesn't want to rule the galaxy. He's happy just ruling over this batch of people and making them beat each other up.
I've got a planet. Could you pass me a tot of booze, please, sir?
No, by which I mean yes. They confirmed their relationship a few weeks ago, though, in the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout ride at Disneyland California Adventure.
Oh, yes.
Because there was a portrait of the two of them playing chess. Grandmaster is clearly losing and has smacked the pieces off of the table. So they've confirmed already that they exist. Plus, the Mission Breakout building from DCA is in the back of, the shot of him at the window of the first trailer. One of them is the Mission Breakout building.
Yes.
So the Collector has a building on Sakaar. Which is like, oh my god, they've made the Disney ride canon. What the hell? So it's not canon. James Gunn has confirmed that all the Disney rides using the DCEU stuff that are going to be appearing now are in the DC TPU. Sorry, not DC. What am I talking about? the MTPU, the Marvel theme park universe.
I've gone cross-eyed.
They look like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They use the elements and the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they're their own thing. And the reason why they're saying that is so you don't have to overthink about it. It's just turn your brain off and go and ride a ride that looks like that movie.
What,
you
like you made yourself cross-eyed thinking about X-Men continuity before we started this podcast?
Oh, don't get me started. We'll get to that. So, Thor Ragnarok looks freaking amazing. And to me, out of like the big trailers, like, the films and everything, Thor Ragnarok was the best trailer of SDCC for me personally.
Well, I'm going to be started strong.
It just looks sweet. It looks so damn sweet. And especially that last shot of Hulk, like, leaping onto Surtur's face. As you do.
As you do.
As you do.
Talking about leaping around everywhere.
On faces?
Justice League.
Yeah.
Kind of sad what it is.
We're talking about it's a fun
dislike
film.
I don't dislike the trailer, but I'm not excited for it like I am for Ragnarok.
I have to be careful because the last time I publicly talked about a Justice League trailer, it became a Twitter moment and was harassed by how do I put this? Fucking morons.
That's how you put that.
This trailer's tonally deaf. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's family-friendly action-adventure. It's Zack Snyder brohead meatfest. It's funny again. It's funny again.
Is it?
It doesn't look funny, though, but it's trying to be. Oh, that gag worked. Oh my god, Cyborg did something cool. Oh, and now here's a weird little post-trailer scene that is clearly Superman.
If that's not Superman...
It's Martian Manhunter.
It's not Martian Manhunter.
It won't be.
It's Superman.
Yeah.
It's definitely
with a
Superman.
mustache. Everyone was like, he'll come back with long hair and a beard. Nope, just a mustache, but the CGI over it.
Oh, yeah, so...
They should have Cesar Romero'd it! So Henry Cavill is finishing up filming Mission Impossible 6, I think it is?
No, I think he's due to start filming Mission Impossible.
Or it's beginning.
Either way, there's some clash between Mission Impossible 6 and...
Justice League's extensive
Justice
reshoots.
reshoots.
Yeah.
So he's got a moustache for Mission Impossible 6 that he can't shave off.
Yeah.
Yet.
And the reshoots are so extensive on Justice League that he's in a lot of the reshoots. And they have an entire part of their visual effects team, probably 2 or 3 people who like went through like, animation school, have made their own films, like probably watched Disney movies when they were a kid. Was like, I want to do that. I want to tell stories and moving pictures.
Alleged.
It's a tiny burp. So,
what did that signify?
All I'm saying is, why aren't they doing a full Cesar Romero? Just paint over that sucker.
With what? Like flesh paint?
Yeah.
Like latex?
Yeah, and have everyone go, has he got a moustache? That's distracting. And just leave it at that. Because we're all going to be distracted anyway going, oh, do you think that was a scene when he had a moustache? His lip moved a bit funny. His teeth disappeared. We'll get to that trailer in a minute.
I want to watch Fantastic Four 2015.
No, you don't.
So I can play is this a reshoot, is this original game
based on Kate Mara's hair. That's a wig. That's hair. That's a wig. That's hair. That's a wig. Over there! It's a wig.
This is boring.
What's wrong with her hair?
I clapped when I saw it!
God. They played to the crowd because the first hero you see in full shot being a badass and kicking butt is Wonder Woman.
She has been a badass as well.
I'm not excited to see her again. I loved Wonder Woman, but this is the Wonder Woman that we saw in Batman v Superman. Same director, same writer, that tone. I hope we get some cool Wonder Woman stuff in this movie. I'm not prepared for it though. I'm not expecting it to be good Wonder Woman stuff.
I'm never prepared for Wonder Woman.
Flash
She always takes me by surprise that she's just so wondrous, woman.
You sit down on the toilet and you suddenly feel a dagger in your back.
Ah! What are you doing there, Diana?
I am Diana of Themyscira and this is my U-bend. Oh God, no!
The magical U-bend of
Antioch.
Artemis. I don't know. I'm playing God of War. Artemis is a god.
That'll do.
Shut up.
The magical U-bend of Kratos. Fuck shit up.
Kratos does fuck shit up.
Come, watching your
Adventures Backlog.
Watching your Adventures Backlog.
Please.
The bull's big balls. It's
Big
just
balls.
hilarious that he's smashing stuff up and slicing things and being brutal in his attacks. And then he's suddenly going between these giant flaming boulders in a way that is so un-Kratos-like. It's hilarious.
It's not. It's yeah.
But
It's got tonal issues, but we'll.
Speaking of tonal issues,
oh hey,
Flash. I hope Ezra Miller's being paid well for being fucked around so much.
Oh man, if I was Ezra Miller, I'd be rich. But
if I was Ezra Miller, I'd be getting all the penis.
Why?
He's gay. He isn't after the pussy. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
He'd probably be getting all the pussy too, but he'd be politely turning it away.
I know Ezra Miller.
He's very happy.
It's almost as if in 2017 your sexuality as a performer doesn't matter. Oh,
What?
Jesus. Okay, all right.
But yeah, Ezra Miller gets some funny moments in the trailer, but he also gets some moments where it's a bit like, okay, it wasn't that.
This is
funny.
forced.
But that's the edit of the trailer, I suppose. Like maybe the movie would be different.
I mean, the whole like Batman disappears and then someone's like, "Oh, he disappeared. That's weird." That's a well-worn gag.
Yeah,
which has been done.
But a gag that's not established in the DCEU.
Yeah,
it isn't a thing in the DCEU. You have to have previous knowledge of other Batman franchises.
We've never seen that Gordon Batman interaction before. It's the first time. But maybe it's out of context.
They're expecting you to know a whole lot going in. It's really odd. What else? Aquaman,
at the same
again,
time, though,
equal parts funny, but also...
At the same time, I actually quite respect
like,
that DC expect you to know these things going in, because Batman is such a huge part of pop culture that I think that similar to like with the origin story, you don't need to retell the Batman origin story.
I agree,
even though they did.
I agree to a point.
It's such a big part of pop culture that you don't need to explain that to people. People just know what it is.
I agree to a point, but
like the Spider-Man origin story in Homecoming.
Yeah, but even if you didn't know his origin story, you get hints in Homecoming of what happened. You get little hints.
Yeah, but also like
they expect you by osmosis to know about these characters, which makes sense when it's like their third, fourth, fifth iteration. Absolutely, but in a few years,
I would argue that
when those films, these DCU movies have stopped, or like they're on the third wave of them, whatever, on its own, in its own context, that won't make sense because you won't have ever seen him do it before.
I would argue though that the Burton Schumacher movies, and particularly the Nolan movies,
are
ubiquitous enough in the cultural pantheon for things like I turned around and Batman's gone already.
That was a big sentence for a man who let me burp on his finger a minute ago.
Well, you know. I have varied interests. It's such a ubiquitous part of pop culture that I would expect people who were interested in these movies to know that is a trope of Gordon turning around and Batman's gone without announcing it. And,
speaking of that, though, this trailer and the voiceover also relies on the public to be thinking about Superman as we've known him in previous iterations.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, he stood for hope and potential, and it's like...
Not in these movies,
No, in the two movies you made with him, he was a destructive wrecking ball that everyone hated.
I came in like a wrecking ball!
They CGI'd over my mustache. They should have just used flash paint.
Flash paint.
or stuck a fake beard, a hunter me.
Skin, flesh.
We know how he looks. Because merchandise maketh the spoilers. Once again, Hot Toys Collectibles debut their Justice League line.
Does he have a mullet?
No, he looks like Man of Steel / Batman v Superman. But you ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Lighter blue and brighter red.
What?
Yeah.
I'm looking this shit up right now because I don't believe it.
Hot Toys, Justice League, SDCC, your man. Search those exact words.
Justice League.
Hot Toys,
Yeah.
SDCC, 2017, your mam. Don't search your mam. It'll just lead you astray.
Yemen.
Oh, you have as well. Yemen.
Yemen.
Salmon fishing in the
Oh
Yemen.
God, this is a YouTube video. I don't like this.
God, that's loud. That's louder than
I see him.
the sun.
I see him.
He's bright. Look at
That's
him.
a tactical suit for Batman.
He looks bright. Look at that. That is 8 Hot Toys figures.
That Flash costume is ugly as
It's
sin.
horrible, isn't it?
That is an ugly fucking costume.
That is a table worth about $4,000.
It's too busy, man. It's way too busy. That Wonder Woman's nice.
Wonder Woman's okay. I like the fact that it's not that different from a previous costume.
That's a really good face sculpt as well.
She's got Barbie hair. A lot of people have been complaining about that because Hot Toys tend to go for sculpted hair
Yeah.
because it's easier to maintain and display with. Plus, in America, if you're in a hot room, the Barbie hair can go all freaky.
I think it looks good. I think that looks good.
Good looking costume, right? But it's also just like I saw Dan Slott. Dan Slott on Twitter said,
Friend of the show, Dan Slott.
Friend of the show, Dan Slott. Your friend, my friend, our barnyard pal, Dan Slott.
Did we give him his Dan
said on. Oh God!
Oh no!
Pongo!
I forgot to feed him.
Oh, we'll send him the remains. That's dark, isn't it? Dan Slott tweeted out, if they're spending a lot of time and money CGI mustache on him, can't they just spend an extra 5 minutes a day giving him red underoos as well? We wish.
I love Red Underoos Superman. Why am I still watching this fucking video?
Why are you declaring your love for a man's crotch wear?
I love Red Underoos Superman because it goes.
It's the strongman outfit, and it separates the colours. It separates.
It gives him. He's just. If he's all blue,
it defines his shape.
If he's all blue, he's too blue.
Why am I blue?
Can we stop talking about Justice League now?
Yes, we
can.
Can
Talk about something else.
Cyborg does something kind of interesting, and that's
which is the first time anyone's ever said that about Cyborg.
And Alfred references the Penguin, and it's completely hard to believe
this version
of
Batman
has
never had in this universe to deal with wind-up exploding penguins. Like, I refuse to believe that that Batfleck has got up against that kind of that kind of gadgetry and whimsy.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, even the Riddler's just a graffiti artist based on BVS. So.
Oh God. I watched Suicide Squad again the other night.
Suicide Squad.
Because I had to show my girlfriend the horror.
Oh God.
I'm a parent actually. My dad likes bad movies, so I forced him to sit through Suicide Squad to tour movies.
But it's not even good. Bad that it's good kind of bad movie.
It's fucking
just
terrible. It's just a mess. But we're not going to talk. You're not going to get to Suicide Squad here again. We're going to get.
Oh, I'm not going to hurt you.
Speaking of visual,
I'm just going to make you wish you hadn't wasted 2.5 hours.
Speaking of visual messes,
yes.
Ready Player One.
Yeah,
it's a bit busy, isn't it?
I think we're on that weird little fence.
Because I've never read Ready Player One. I've got a copy of it that's been sitting on my bookshelf for about 4 years, and I've never
sitting under it.
It's
been propping up the dodgy leg on the unit. Yeah.
And the cover is what you see the first part of the trailer with like the fucking towers of caravans.
Yeah, which is a great visual.
It's a really good visual.
Very District 9, well, not District 9, more chappy.
The idea of a futuristic trailer park, which is literally trailers stacked on top of each other, because you can't build out anymore, you have to build up. That's pretty cool. The main criticism I've heard of Ernest Cline's writing, both in Ready Player One and Armada, is that he relies very heavily on nostalgia and
over storytelling
and pop culture references. I think they've lent into that really heavily in this trailer,
which is so strange because it's a Spielberg movie and he usually finds the human in the blockbuster.
But beyond that,
then again, it's a teaser trailer. It's a debut teaser trailer, so it is there to make you go, "Oh, that's a lot of things." In the trailer alone, I spotted a light cycle,
Yeah.
a bike from Akira,
Yeah.
Freddy
The DeLorean.
Krueger, the DeLorean, and you can't fricking miss it, the Iron Giant.
Harley Quinn and Deathstroke walk past him as soon as he goes into the app.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't spot that. Holy shit!
It's 2 swords.
Harley Quinn, though?
Yeah.
Like, full-on comic book costumes
It's not.
Harley
It's like
Quinn.
Arkham style Harley Quinn.
Oh. No.
It's not.
No.
Harley
No.
Quinn.
No. 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 Ow. Sorry, I just became Nick Nolte for a second there.
He became the absorbing man.
Yeah. He doesn't just chew the scenery.
Go watch Ang Lee's Hulk and then...
No, don't. Don't listen to him.
There's not much more I can say about Ready Player One than that, really.
It's a lot of stuff.
It looks visually arresting. It might even be visually exhausting, depending on... Well, we'll see. I'll try and read the book.
I just want to know if the Iron Giant is voiced by Vin Diesel. I would hope so, considering it looks literally like the Brad Bird animated character is in CGI.
Yeah.
He better be voiced by Vin Diesel. And he better just say, Superman, and then die.
Well, it's all Warner Brothers, so...
This film will make you weep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't really say anything more about Ready Player One, because I don't know anything about it.
We're not ready. Player One.
I will try and read it before the movie comes out.
You better. Also, help you God, I will remove your knees.
This one was a surprise.
What, the removal of the knees?
The Lego Ninjago movie.
Yes, boy.
There is one moment in that trailer, I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, I think we should talk about it.
Yeah,
I think we should talk about it.
We're going to talk around it. Go and watch the trailer and you'll know the moment I mean.
Yeah.
But there is one moment in that trailer which sort of implies that this movie is still taking place in the... Spoilers from the Lego movie.
Spoilers for a 3-year-old family film.
It's still taking place in the basement
from the Lego
movie with the family. There's a moment in the trailer that implies that's still the case.
Oh god, well yeah, because Lego Batman implies that as well. How the table, like their world, the Gotham City is built on like a bridge-like structure, and it could fall apart and crack at any moment.
And it smells like socks.
Smells like dirty socks, and you see briefly footage of what's underneath them, and it's footage of Emmett's. The portal Emmett falls down. So the Lego films are building a cinematic universe without relying on needing to be a cinematic universe. They're just going, yeah, these films all take place on this table in a basement.
I know nothing about Ninjago.
Yeah, it's a very popular Lego property. It's like the Bionicle of now. Like we had Bionicle. It was sort of toward the end of us being kids. Was Bionicle came along. But it was that kind of thing of Lego having a brand with stories being told based on that brand. Ninjago's been that.
I know nothing about Ninjago. The voice cast.
This is a separate continuity as well. This is the second Ninjago continuity.
Yeah, it's the Ninjago series, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think it's on Netflix actually.
God!
But
everything's got universes.
There is a moment in that trailer, and as soon as that moment happened, and when you watch the trailer, you'll know exactly what moment I mean. As soon as that moment happened, I was like, I've got to see this movie now. I have to see this movie now. Yeah. I don't know anything about Ninjago. I have no connection to it. I have no particular investment in the voice cast or the characters, but as soon as that happened, I'm like, I've got to see this movie. I have to see it. I have to see it now.
You've got to see it. I'll give you a clue for comedy fans as to what it could be.
Yeah.
Think the Goodies' most notorious episode.
Yes. What happens is one of the minifigures turns out to be Bill Oddie. Bill Oddie has been hiding inside the Lego City with his little binoculars looking for a great tit.
Over here we found a great tit.
Great tit.
But yeah,
there was joke.
It was hilarious. I watched you watch that trailer for the first time, and you were sort of like, and then that moment happened, and you just creased up with laughter.
Up until then, it's like this is like a fairly solid family movie. Like this is
like Lego Batman and Lego Movie, but doesn't quite have the punch that those two did.
Yeah, this is like Despicable Me, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs sort of level. Like fun animation that I can quite happily. I watched Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs more times than I care to admit. I like that movie quite a bit.
All right.
But then this moment happens, and I'm like, well, they just stepped up their motherfucking game. I guess I have to see that now. So yeah.
The end of the trailer's got a really nice button on it as well. It's like the main character's arm's not on anymore, and he's saying to the villain, like, just tell me what's the damage, like, what is it? He's like, oh god, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it? It's like a 7 point... arm ripped off, and that's the end of the trailer.
It's pretty good.
I am more excited for the Lego Ninjago movie than I thought I was going to be.
These Lego movies have been
consistent.
surprisingly consistent so far. I say after we've had two.
Like the majority of the Lego games, they're very well scripted, and they have a tone that they own.
But like the Lego games, it's going to be interesting to see how long they can continue in that vein before it becomes stale.
I think don't oversaturate. 1 every 2 years would be perfect.
Yeah,
that'd be a perfect way to do it.
Because it feels like there's a Lego game coming out every other week at the moment.
Yeah, God, there is. And this is the second Lego movie this year as well, because Ninjago's coming out this year.
Oh.
Yeah. But bookending the year, to be fair, Lego Batman was February, this will be like October, so...
And we can't get 2 Lego movies every year, like...
Nah, well, maybe we can. Depends on how Warner Brothers handle it. What's next on the list? You handsome swine with a burst cyst? You don't have a burst cyst. I'm not breaking any horrible medical news to you. It rhymed.
I know I might. I've been feeling a bit bubbly in the gut area recently.
What is next, you handsome man with a digestional tract filled with flan?
Speaking of my digestive tract, it's Kingsman, the Golden Circle.
I have no idea how that segue works.
That's what I call my anus.
Now, funnily enough, we have with us now, live via satellite, a big fan of Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Big fan.
The first movie in the series, based on the Mark Millar book.
Mark Miller's fan.
Yes, no. I don't think they're a Mark Millar fan, but they're certainly a fan of the Kingsman. We cross live now to what do you want to be called? This is. If you just can't say a few words, how excited are you for Kingsman: The Golden Circle?
Very excited.
What are you most excited about seeing?
The Kingsman.
That is the what?
No, the American.
The Statesman.
Yeah. Is that what they call the Statesman?
Yeah, good, right?
Really clever,
it's good, right? What are you most looking forward? Who are you most looking forward to seeing again?
Oh, I can't remember his name. The main guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Kingsman expert.
Exit.
I'm thinking
Eggsy.
Foggy. No, Eggsy. That's it.
Foggy.
Sorry.
Foggy's your favourite on Netflix.
Oh yeah, because he was fantastic.
Taron Egerton.
I really liked him.
Are you excited to see Mark Strong again?
I love Mark Strong.
But Mark Strong.
Mark Strong and his lovely bald head.
Are you excited to see Mark Strong again? Yes. Are you excited to see Jeff Bridges playing Jeff Bridges without facial hair?
Yeah.
Weird, right?
It's going to be weird.
Strange. Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Julianne
Moore? I was a bit too enthusiastic about that, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were a little bit. Ow. 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 That's all I'm saying. Julianne Moore?
Much less sexy than it is.
Bro.
Yeah, shut up. It'll be interesting to see her be a bad guy.
It's interesting you've not brought up the character I think you're actually the most excited to see based on what you liked about the first film. How does Harry come back, Lucy? Tell us.
How does he come back?
How is he alive? How the fuck is Harry alive?
Maybe he never went away.
He was shot point blank in the face.
He's just too attractive to die.
Oh, if only that were true, I'd be immortal.
You are immortal. You've lived 7 centuries.
The thing that I'm not looking forward to is Halle Berry.
Why?
I don't like Halle Berry.
In general?
And she just looks like...
Do you know what happens to a Halle Berry hater who is struck by lightning?
Oh dear, that's just not...
It croaks!
That would have been a better joke.
That should have been the joke, right? I feel like
at
some point that was the joke, and then they just completely fucked it up.
I think Halle Berry forgot the
that movie contained a Phantom Menace reference just cause.
Oh.
I don't think X-Men was aiming to be a funny movie.
She just looks like...
Apart from Prove It You, you're a dick. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think she just looks like...
That's not bad.
Let's make a lady nerd. That's just what she...
Are you saying ladies can't be nerds?
No.
Get out of here, you fake geek girl.
Shut up. Just like, I'm very tired, so I have no patience whatsoever.
That's what I'm like literally every podcast. And I have to work with this clown.
You have a lot of patience. So.
This fucking
clown.
Well
this clown car over here. Oh god, I didn't mean to press that button!
Oh my god, that's the best description of me I've ever heard. this fucking clown car over here.
It's a good it to be cute.
No, it's not.
Cloaker.
God.
What are we doing? We've been talking for an hour and we talked about 3 trailers.
Well,
Is that all you've talked
well,
about?
thank you.
Yes.
What the hell have you been doing?
Drinking. Well, thank you for your Kingsman input.
We've got so many emails.
When can we see the Secret Service sequel,
we
Golden
have to
Circle?
get through these
I
trailers.
don't know, at some point.
Cool, thank you. Fox will send you things. Right, quick fire.
10 on a Tuesday night.
Quick fire. Let's do this. Next trailer, quick fire. Go. What's
I
next?
I'm coughing now, I'm dying.
Oh, well, we'll have to come back next week for part 2.
Pacific Rim Uprising has a viral video. It's not really a trailer, it's a bunch of Jaegers. It tells you nothing about the movie.
But kind of cool. We've got the voice of, what's it called again? Uprising.
Pacific Rim Uprising.
We've got the voice of GLaDOS back again, doing some computery voices.
What is there to say about Pacific Rim Uprising? Nothing, because we don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next
Pacific Rim Uprising, aka the Avengers Assemble of what's it? Pacific Rim Uprising is the post-credits scene of Iron Man of the giant monster movie world. Allegedly, that's why I think that's why we don't know much about it. I think it's because that when the trailer drops, it's going to be, oh shit, that's Skull Island, or oh shit, that's Godzilla. Do you know what I mean? I think they're waiting for that. We'll see. What's next? Bright, the Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's my response.
David Ayer written and directed from a story, although it sounds like just from this.
It was
the barest germ of an idea from Max Landis.
It was a script written by Max Landis that was bought by Netflix, and then David Ayer rewrote it.
This happens a lot.
Yeah.
Not with David Ayer specifically. Max Landis' scripts get bought and rewritten into something worse, and then made into a bad movie, and then he gets a load of shit for it.
Yeah.
I don't like Max Landis that much. Like as a person, he seems like kind of a dick.
For the sake of balance, I do like him. He seems like a dick.
Yeah, he seems like a dick. So...
I like him. He seems like a dick.
Yeah.
Matt's like, I don't like him that much. He seems like a dick.
But I also actually really like him.
Yeah, well, he's creative as fuck. Like, he comes up with some amazing ideas, and he understands how stories affect people and how
but his
stories
ideas
should be
never
told.
seem to translate well.
Yeah, he said in interviews the only one of his things he worked on that was almost in its complete purest state when it hit screen was Chronicle, because he and Josh Trank were just left alone to make this movie. So what was on the screen was like 95% of what he'd originally conceived. And Chronicle's fucking great. Like, it's a really good movie.
It's fucking really good.
He says the only one after that that's ever been near to it is American Ultra, but that's only like 70% similar to his original script. Like, a lot of it was changed and tinkered with.
Which, ironically, he's also which Rotten Tomatoes score.
It probably rated less.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I enjoy it.
But
I'll let it to you if you want. It's not bad.
I thought that was a good chuckle.
It's a good hour and a half long, weird little quirky action flick where Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart are really good in it.
It's on Now TV, so I'll probably get around to it.
Get on it. My pony.
Bright.
That was Bright.
Fantasy.
Oh yeah. I want to put some ice in our glasses while you loosely describe the concept of David Ayer's suicide fairy tale Oz.
Humans and orcs and fairies and elves all living in modern day Los Angeles.
As they do.
I think this is a really cool concept. Again, because Max Landis. Will Smith is a cop and Joel Edgerton is his new partner who's the first orc police officer, and they run into a elf who has a magic wand which the orc describes as a nuke that grants wishes. And then the rest of the trailer is a lot of people running around saying, magic wand, magic wand, magic wand.
Oh, these guys gonna go straight gangster on a magic wand.
With completely straight faces. And I'm like, this has tonal issues.
It's. Do you know what it reminded me of, weirdly? Not in terms of a similar tone, but in terms of its tonal issues clearly being apparent. Hancock.
Another Will Smith property.
Yeah,
with
Hancock
fantastical...
starts as a comedy movie that's sort of a parody take on the superhero genre. Like, you know, what if there was a superhero as a deadbeat and a drunk and all this? Yeah. Listen to the ice falling. These are male. These are male tears. Internet.
This is the polar ice caps melting from all the pollution that was created during David Ayer's entire filmography being created.
Oh god! Yeah, like Hancock was framed as a weird little comedy movie taking on the superhero genre with a bit of a piss take.
Before the superhero
genre, really boomed. But it turns out to be a story of gods and destiny.
And it also turns out to be not very good.
Yeah.
So that's. I wonder if that's linked, perhaps. But I mean, Bright looks like I say, it's an interesting concept. I don't know if the execution is going to be any good, but it's going to be on Netflix, so I might as well fucking watch it.
It looks like
what I mean?
Suicide Squad in its execution. That's the problem. It's dark, washed out environments and
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Bright could. Who knows what Bright's going to do? Let's talk about television.
Biddly bum, biddly bum, biddly bum, biddly bum, biddly bum, biddly bum, biddly bum. Where are his teeth? Where did they go? They disappeared
Long ago.
Hey! Oh, let's talk about. Dear God, only one more to go.
Once, twice,
Upon a time. Doctor.
I'm gonna drink this whole bottle of Jack.
Doctor Who. Twice Upon a Time. Quick disclaimer. On reflection, I really enjoyed The Doctor Falls. Really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun with it. Had a couple of problems. It was my favourite Doctor Who finale. Probably since.
This last season gone was definitely Capaldi's strongest season.
I think Wedding of River Song was probably the last finale I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah.
And so that was good.
I would argue that
Tell me, Doctor, what happened to Pine?
This...
A woman. Oh, yes, I've got a boner now!
Oh, no!
Winston Churchill's magic boner. Anyway.
I think that this last season of Doctor Who, patchy as it was,
yeah,
and it got bad in the middle during there. The whole three-parter was a bit rough.
Oh, the Monk trilogy is where it fell apart for me. That's where I stopped enjoying myself.
I think it's been the strongest season of Who, probably since that last Amy and Rory season.
Series 7A, really? Yeah, I like the Power of Three until the cop-out 5-minute rush it ending, and
yeah, but that was.
I also like the Snowmen.
After that,
which is mid-series.
After
7.
that, Clara happened.
Oh yeah.
So that was kind of the problem for me.
But we've got Peter Caprison,
David
Garibaldi Biscuits,
David Garibaldi,
and Mark. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Gatiss. Announced as the main cast in the trailer for Twice Upon a Time, where it looks like they're in World War One. I think
it's a remake of the War Games. It's actually set.
Probably is.
What actually happens? It's called Twice Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you're gonna like this. So the Doctor Falls ends with the 12th Doctor bumping into the first Doctor at the end of the 10th planet.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
they're both about to regenerate.
And then they time travel into the time freeze that happens at the end of the War Games.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then Reece Shearsmith comes along playing Patrick Troughton's second Doctor.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And they have a 3 Doctors story.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I would vomit, but I wouldn't be surprised.
And then
disclaimer: love all of these performers, just not like this.
And then they follow Reece Shearsmith's Patrick Troughton Doctor
into a Netflix series,
into the 2 Doctors, and Steve Pemberton turns up as the 6th Doctor. And then it actually turns out to be the first episode of the next series of the Legal Channel.
Can Jeremy Dyson be forced on screen and be the 8th Doctor for no reason other than he has curly hair? Yeah, you take that head. You get that head in your mouth.
I had to drink the Coke.
It's not how you meant to ingest it.
There's no E on the end. There's not much to say about this trailer because it's not really a trailer, it's a cast announcement.
It's the first sinner on this list of TV trailers, committing the sin of, here are some things. Cool, bye! A lot of these TV trailers commit this same crime, where they don't really give a flavour of the story arc, or the threat that heroes in these genre shows are up against. And it also drops a massive deuce on the chest, a big spoiler deuce, a big smelly spoiler poo, by going, "And Pearl Mackie!" And you see Bill in a scene. I'm like, no. You ended Bill's story. You do this a lot, where you end the story and then you randomly bring them back. No.
Sometimes for an entire season.
If it's part of the regeneration-y kind of thing, oh god, yeah. Save it for a surprise.
Yeah.
Like, we had no idea that Eleven was going to hallucinate freaking Amy in his dying moments. We had no idea Karen Gillan was in it.
Yeah.
And it played really well because it was a surprise.
Yeah.
And just, oh, Pete's sake. So,
yeah, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
Give him a good one to end on.
Yeah.
But speaking of TV trailers that are just a series of moments with no idea of the arc or anything.
Yeah.
So
Got some pretty visuals.
Because
this one played like a teaser trailer rather than a trailer, if that makes any sense. Go for it.
So this one gets it right.
Yeah.
Because Westworld Season 2 looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And there's not really much to say about it.
It's like, you know the world that it takes place in.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. Here's just a few visual snippets of what everything looks like. It's very much played like a teaser trailer.
It teases a bit of the aftermath of what you see in the Season 1 finale.
It's short, it's sweet, it's visually striking. And it lets you know that a couple of the characters from Series 1, like, here's them. It doesn't do what the other trailers do, where they sort of go like, clip of us talking. Ultimately, we've just shown you random conversational bits from Episode 1. Bye, everybody!
In terms of trailers that do that, so we can get them out of the way.
Let's do it. Should we dive into the filthy, wonderful, but also filthy CW pool?
All I have to say is...
Which one?
The Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow... Black Lightning, and also, what was the other one? I've forgotten because it was really, really interesting. Oh, Krypton.
Separate though, but yeah.
I have only one thing to say about all of those trailers.
Aye.
Don't care.
Interesting, isn't it?
Next!
No, isn't it interesting? Let's just take a moment to think about that. Because you're a fan of a lot of these.
I like The Flash and I like Supergirl.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend watches them more than I do. I kind of watched them over her shoulder. Like, I didn't watch all of the last season of either The Flash or Supergirl. I just watched enough of it to be like, oh yeah, that was okay. Until the finale of Flash, I was like, that was not good.
The finale was dreadful.
It was, yeah. I think they wrote themselves into a bit of a corner there. And they were like, oh, we have to end on a cliffhanger. So let's just invent a cliffhanger out of nowhere.
A cliffhanger exactly the same as the previous two. Barry goes into a thing and then disappears.
It's no good. It's no good.
It's no good. It's no good.
But yeah, I mean, you said it. Like, it's just. It looks like a bunch of clips from Episode 1, basically, for all these trailers.
Yeah.
It's who cares?
Like I want to know what the series arc for Flash is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want to know what the series arc, because the interesting thing about its previous 3 seasons are the arcs. Like, this is the main objective this year. This is the thing they're up against.
Yeah.
Series 1, obviously, it was more about you, the viewer, knew what was going on without the heroes knowing, and you watch them discover it. Series 2 was Zoom, and, like, again, a terrifying villain to lead the series. Yeah. Series 3, Savitar, again, a terrifying villain to lead the series.
But they didn't, they messed the landing on that one.
Yeah, this stuck the landing. It was just, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I love, Gus, what's his name? Grant Gustin. I love Grant Gustin. I love Grant Gustin, but when you've got the voice of Tobin Bell for 2/3 of the series,
yeah,
it's not as intimidating when you're suddenly the voice of Grant Gustin.
Yeah, it just doesn't have that sort of gravitas, and the whole reveal I didn't think was particularly exciting.
Yeah.
And but anyway,
but the series ends with like, oh my god, Barry's never coming back, and we can clearly see from this picture.
Oh yeah,
Barry will be back in Episode 1.
Also,
because he was on the panel as well. Like, he was on the panel, so it's like, well, he's obviously gonna. It would have been. Do you know? It would have been a ballsier move. Have him be at like the sign-in, but not have him be at the Series 3 panel.
Yeah,
that would have been a ballsy move, because then everyone would be like, a Series 4 panel, because everyone would be like, wait, where's Grant? Like, where's the Flash?
I know Tom Felton isn't returning for Season
4. I figured that when they were still crediting him as special guest Tom Felton throughout Series 3.
By Tom
Felton. Which made sense in the first half of the series, because he was only in maybe like 5 or 6 episodes.
For most of that season.
Yeah, like halfway through he becomes one of the cast members.
Yeah.
Arrow looks as dull as Arrow's always looked to me. Supergirl looks like they're going dark. No!
Literally, taking the thing that I love about that show and going, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Black Lightning, not much new footage.
Just, it's another superhero show.
Oh, do you know the premise, though? It's like the whole family are fighting back against these people, and it's violent.
It's aimed at adults more than
kids.
Kids.
He's a vigilante, but his wife and children are aware of what's happening, and they have to get stuck in as well.
I think that's an interesting way to take it.
But they don't really show any of that. There's an SDCC. And Legends of Tomorrow, again, looks like a cool, interesting premise until you realise most of the footage is from episode 1.
Yeah.
So they've probably blown the effects budget. I mean, it's a nice establishing shot, them in the ship looking out going, oh shit, and it pulls wide to reveal a city sort of half jungle-fied with a bunch of T-Rexes wandering around.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you had my curiosity, Legends of Tomorrow. Now you have my attention. And then you realise, oh, it's all episode 1 footage.
Yeah, then you see some of the cast and be like, oh no. Like Dominic Purcell is good.
Is Dominic Purcell
is Heatwave.
Okay, yeah, he's fun. But a bit gimmicky. You can't really connect with Heatwave.
Brandon Ruth.
He's always nice. Brandon Ruth. Victor Garber.
Victor Garber, always great.
Who's Victor Garber?
He's Victor Garber. But other than that, like, Arthur Darvill looks like he's going to pop up again, so that's something. Yeah. I think it's Katie Lotz who plays White Canary. Yeah. No, I just don't like her. I just don't think she's in.
Well, she doesn't think much of you, good sir.
Oh, that's fine.
Should we touch briefly on Krypton?
Yeah, Krypton, the Krypton factor.
Krypton. I've got to be careful what I say because there's friends in it, but at the same time, I'm just going off trailer footage.
I don't have to be careful what I say.
It looks boring. It looks boring. It's just like we go back. I mean, it's a David S. Goyer written Superman series.
Oh yeah, so that's going to be great.
You know, the man who hates superheroes but seems to somehow write for them all the time.
Yeah. Remember, like, She-Hulk. What's She-Hulk? She's just someone that they invented for the Hulk to fuck. It's like, you've clearly never read a She-Hulk book. Because she's his cousin.
I love how that was Stan Lee's response to it. Like, he issued a statement. He didn't have to, but he issued a statement and was like, well, if you read the books, you'd know that she was his cousin, so that would be wrong.
And actually, we didn't create her so the Hulk had someone to fuck. We created her to prevent anyone from creating a female Hulk character first and sticking us out of the copyright. So, get your facts right, David Goyer.
You big shit. David S. Goyer. David S. Goyer, who's like, yeah, Martian Manhunter, what a load of shit. They're never going to bring him into any of the live-action stuff. It'd be pointless. And then he was one of the highlights and fan-favourite things about Supergirl.
Yeah.
There you go. And he looks freaking great as well. Have you seen the figure, by the way? DC Collectibles have started releasing figures.
No, I haven't seen the figure.
I nearly picked up Supergirl the other week just because it was a great figure. Totally forgot. Went back into Forbidden Planet. It's gone now, so lost my opportunity. But they've got Martian Manhunter, who looks pretty damn sweet, and an updated version of Arrow. If they did an updated Flash, I would have bought a Flash and a Supergirl. Hands down. I would have had those two. But yes... What's next on your list of magical things that we get to look at with our eyes?
Before we get to a TV show that I'm actually looking forward to, let's talk about another TV show that looks just to be clips of episode 1.
Okay. Hit me.
We mentioned it briefly earlier, but I guess we've got to talk about it because I'm dubious about it because it looks like Marvel may be making another misstep.
Is this the MCU's new television series?
Inhumans.
The Inhumans. Sorry, don't you mean IMAX's The Inhumans? That was obnoxious in this trailer. So, Inhumans has had 2 trailers now. Yeah, because it had the teaser image.
Yeah.
Then the first trailer a few weeks back, which was pretty cool. It was a pretty decent trailer.
We got Lockjaw.
Yeah.
I love Lockjaw.
We got Lockjaw. We got some sort of like very... just sort of, here are some of the locations that are going to be featured in the show.
A little bit of Triton, a little bit of Gorgon.
Yeah, and specifically you get the idea that Black Bolt, like, Lockjaw takes him out of there to protect him, so it's this idea of Black Bolt. That's what intrigues me, the idea of Black Bolt being on Earth in hiding. Yeah. Like, he's a king amongst his people, but you put him in an everyday situation, he can't survive without someone helping, because he can't speak without blowing up a city block. So that intrigues me. This trailer doesn't focus on that at all. This trailer focuses on, hey, Ramsay Bolton's a dick.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, really.
Also, Medusa's hair effects look fucking terrible.
Oh, I know.
Like, hair is a really hard thing to do in CGI.
It looks like the costume department and the effect department didn't work closely enough together to get the synergy of this right.
I mean, we know that the series is in safe hands because Scott Buck, who did such a great job on the first season of Iron Fist, is shepherding this show. So,
do you know what they should have just done with the hair? Like, that should have been, like, part of the finale, sort of, a moment where you go, oh, fuck. Like, it should have been sort of in a big-ass braid.
Lots of pipe
Because
cleaners.
then you could have got away with, like, having a moment of a sort of, like, swinging it and smacking stuff,
If
maybe.
it had been in massive braids, you could have got away with having a practical rig.
Yeah. And then you have a moment in the last episode where, like, she freaking, unleashes her wrath on somebody, and just her hair just, like, bursts out and throttles them to death, or sort of throws motherfuckers left, right, and centre. And you go, oh shit. Like, oh, she could do that the whole time? Okay, that's kind of cool. And instead it's like, let's just put her away. She looks like a Bratz doll or something like that.
For me, the interesting thing about
It's
the
really
Inhumans is that their powers are all so weird.
Mm.
And the Inhumans themselves are all pretty weird, as compared to the X-Men, which are probably Marvel have been pushing in the comics the Inhumans are sort of an X-Men replacement. Which is why they're so prominent in the MCU, because they haven't got the X-Men, or mutants. But their powers are also strange.
Yep. But they haven't got gifted. Because if I remember correctly, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron are referred to as gifted. Which Fox have now nicked.
Yes, but they're not...
They're not mutants.
They're not mutants because they're not born that way.
True, but they also do imply that it was in them, and it's just a case of rearranging what makes them and unlocking stuff from within them, like using all the Tesseract technology. So they're not saying they were born this way. They're sort of saying, oh, maybe everybody's got the potential to be superpowered. We just experimented on them and gave them powers. It's
okay. Yeah, they never really go into that. But
they refer to them as gifted.
Yeah.
No, miracles. That's it, miracles. Should we go on to gifted? Should we crack into what Fox have dished out for us?
all I really have to say about Gifted is it looks like yet another X-Men thing that contains none of the things I love about the X-Men.
So,
And
everything
like,
apart from X-Men, X-Men 2, and Logan, then, and First Class, pretty much.
even those don't really have the stuff I like about the X-Men in.
I don't know, First Class sort of feels like old school X-Men to me, a little bit.
Yeah, kind of.
Just with a mishmash of characters created in the 90s.
But I like Claremont-era soap opera, space opera, melodramatic.
Your ideal X-Men would be a 45-minute weekly TV show where it's like Buffy or something like that.
I want to see the X-Men in Japan being like...
The X-Men on television. The X-Men on television would be brilliant.
Which is what Gifted could have been.
Could have been, but at the same time, the problem is it's stories we've seen now. Like, we've seen this story.
Yeah.
You mentioned that it looked an awful lot like sort of the second iteration of X Factor.
X Factor Investigations. Yeah. It wasn't called. It was just called X Factor.
Yeah.
But that's
it made me think about. I've not read it, but what I know of it is it a bit similar to Runaways as well, like a sort of a similar-ish thing of a bunch of kids.
The comic of X Factor wasn't, but
I mean,
like it might be
Gifted,
that.
yeah.
Which is also coming to that's feeling at the moment. Runaways.
So if you want a bunch of shows about teenagers getting to grips with who they really are and being on the run from the government, boy, you've got a lot of those things to look forward to.
You're in luck.
I didn't see there was a Series 2 trailer for Legion, wasn't there? I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Or like a trailer for the finale or something.
We should mention that the reason we haven't talked about things like the Infinity War trailer, the Black Panther footage, etc. Not been released. I know they've been leaked, but I'm not going to bother.
I want to watch I want to watch an HD copy.
I don't want to watch a shaky cam version of someone
a bunch of people going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
someone fastidiously sort of getting a bad angle of this thing in choppy quality, and everyone going.
I love watching panels, and I also hate watching panels as much as I love watching panels, because every time someone answers a question, the crowd just goes, woo! And I'm like,
you answered a question!
Did you realise you could get more questions in and more information and see the your favourite actors and writers and stuff telling you more stuff if you all shut the fuck? Like, a 25-minute bit of panel footage is about 7 minutes of applause and cheering.
Yeah.
I understand it when everyone comes out, absolutely be like, yeah, and stuff like that. And when they announce things, yeah, I don't know. I've only ever seen one film in America, so Iron Man 3. And there was only, I think, one moment where the audience sort of went like, woo, during the movie. I don't remember it happening throughout. I was kind of looking forward to that, because I was like, go on, let's see this weird American cinema, atmosphere that they get over there.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, oh yeah. In America, people participate with the screen for a movie that they've never seen before. Over here, people go to, special screenings of the Rocky
They-
Horror Picture
they
Show in
do
the
know
room
it's-
and things like that. But
They
over
do
there,
know it's not real, right? They do know the people on the screen can't hear them.
I don't know.
They're not really there.
Lou, is it you who saw a screening of a Harry Potter film in the States once where a woman was like going, you tell him, Hermione? Yeah, was it Prisoner of Azkaban? Hermione punched Draco. Was it that moment? It was like so much you told me a story was like someone in the audience basically like Hermione did something like, a bit sassy and this woman was like, woo, you go girl, yeah! And it's like, that's
Are you
what?
shitting me?
Oh, she knows. Something bad happened. And, oh, she's coming. She's coming. The story's too good.
Something bad happened, and somebody went, "Oh no, he didn't." And that's happened in real life. That was
In a
weird.
Harry Potter movie.
I don't know what happened though. I think it's when he called her a mudblood or something.
Oh no, he didn't!
It was all
No,
quiet.
it
and
literally just did. Like, it was in the script and everything.
But no, he didn't!
No, he did.
I mean, he did. He did. So
Yeah,
yeah.
they cheered when the film started. That was weird.
I was saying when we watched Iron Man 3, I think it only happened once in the movie. I think there was a kick-ass moment and everyone went, woo! And that was it.
Americans just can't.
Then again,
Just can't cope
we
with
saw
it.
that
It's
in
too exciting.
we saw that in Hollywood, so people are there are used to watching movies and probably bored
Yeah,
of it.
sick of that
So
shit.
yeah, I ain't down with that
Wasn't
shit.
that the first?
Jay and Silent Bob's Super Groovy cartoon movie. I mean, it was a special screening, but that got a lot of like cheers and whoops and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's just Kevin Smith's audience, isn't it? All very
I
loud.
don't know.
and excited.
Because I've watched that
What
since.
are you trying to say about Kevin Smith?
He's very loud and exciting.
Yeah, 12.
Go to the two shot. Go to the two shot.
Oh, the two-shot. I want to talk about one more trailer before we move on to emails.
Let's do it, you handsome
Is there anything
swine.
else you want to talk about?
Goodbye, Harry
Bye.
Potter.
No, he didn't.
Oh no, he didn't. Right, go on.
Is there any other trailers you want to touch on?
Just you.
Don't.
By any chance, is the thing you want to talk about? Oh, we should talk about the Defenders first, briefly.
I completely forgot about
We should
the
talk about
fucking
Defenders. No, that's alright. You're a bad person. The Defenders
Considering
trailer.
I just took a dump on Iron Fist, do you think I'd remember?
Well, to be fair, he shoved it up there with no warning.
I literally took a shit on his chest. Right on his tattoo. It's like his bullseye.
He smeared it into a dragon shape. So it's his party trick.
No, it's my
Defenders.
party.
The Defenders trailer didn't give us a lot of new footage in terms of scenes. Like it was a lot of footage from the scenes we've already seen footage from.
Yeah.
But it was new bits of dialogue. Very well edited. A bit more of the banter on show between
Bants.
between Matthew and Jessica and
Bants.
Luke and Danny. A lot more Sigourney Weaver. Madame Gao at one point as well. Being talked down
Raisin-looking
to.
motherfucker.
Being talked down to by Sigourney Weaver's character, looking a bit intimidated.
Sigourney
by her.
Weaver can talk down to anyone.
That's very true. She's like 8'9". Her avatar, they just spray painted her blue. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Put her in a wig.
A little bit of footage of Stick, some Foggy, some Karen. Did we see some of Colleen in the trailer?
A bit
As
of
well?
Colleen. Bit of
Was there any Claire
Rosario
Temple?
Dawson,
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and let's not talk too much about it, I suppose, because we're going to be doing that in about 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the event. It looks really good. I'm excited for it. It's only 8 episodes, so it shouldn't sag in the middle. Also,
And Kristen Ritter's going to steal the whole damn
Kristen
show.
Ritter continues to be the best part of the Netflix universe because... But, I mean, Jessica Jones is like my favourite Marvel character anyway, so I would say that because she's got her fucking nailed. Speaking about fucking nailed...
Yeah, hands down the best TV trailer to come out of thingy. Because there were other TV trailers. There was
Of all time!
There was the trailer for Orville. The second trailer was actually kind of funny because it focused less on Seth MacFarlane. That was fine. It was like, okay, interesting sci-fi premise or whatever. And then obviously the thing it was based on,
I'm
Star
not
Trek
interested in
Discovery.
Orville because I can't stand Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, kind of the same. The second trailer showed off more of the rest of the cast and the actual situations of the
Yeah,
episodes, and it looked more appealing to me because of
Shit,
that.
we haven't talked about Star Trek Discovery.
Star Trek Discovery, ooh, there's not really much to say.
looks like Star Trek,
It looks kind of cool.
It looks like pretty good Star Trek. We'll talk about it when it comes out.
Yeah, and oh god, was there another trailer of something that I've totally forgotten? I can't bloody remember. Let's just do it. Ladies
Let's talk
and
about Stranger
gentlemen,
Things too, and then we'll get through
the
the
TV
70 emails.
the
we've
TV
got.
trailer that goddamn won San Diego Comic Con this
Oh
year
my day.
was Stranger Things Season 2.
Stranger Things.
Boogaloo.
You can't...
Darkness falls across the land.
It should have been called Strange Things.
The
So they could call
midnight
season
hour.
2 Stranger Things, and then they could call season 3 Strangest Things. But no!
They call season 4 John Carpenter's
They had-
The Things.
They had to fucking burn that on season 1. You go Stranger, you can't go anywhere from Stranger except Strangest.
So what happens when you've brought back a character from the upside, downside, left side, right side, upside your head, upside your head? Who at the end of season 1, there's that nice little tag that shows that he is still kind of having visions of the place where he's been trapped this whole time.
Also vomiting up slugs, don't forget that.
Don't forget that. Series 2 looks like that is the crux of the mystery. It's, oh yeah, time's passed, but he's still having these, like, daytime nightmares that might be real, or might just be visions. Yeah. We're not sure, but there is something in the red fiery sky that looks like a big Cthulhu-esque motherfucker.
Big spider-looking
and
motherfucker,
it is coming on his face,
arcing
on our neck,
jism,
and on your chest.
They're children, we can't say that.
Whose children?
No, they're not mine.
We've done the paternity test. Every cast member of Stranger Things are your children.
Who's on first? Stranger Things 2. I'm so jazzed for it. It looks great.
It does look good.
And they use the Vincent Price narration from Thriller.
And a remix of Thriller.
And it's incredible.
And a remix of Thriller, like, mixed in as well, because Michael Jackson was, like, creeping into the vocal,
well,
like he always does.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson and kids, of course
they bring it in with the...
terrible joke.
With the Vincent Price stuff, and then it leads into Thriller.
Yeah. And then they bring back Vincent Price's laughter during the sting at the end, and it works beautifully.
So good. As James Franco would say, so good.
So good. No, as James Franco would say, line.
Oh, we're definitely doing a podcast on the Disaster Artist when it comes out.
We will podcast it.
Yeah.
Stranger Things Season 2, get here now. Not long to go, though. October,
Halloween.
I mean,
the depressing thing is that Halloween's only around the corner. Because the depressing thing about that is that Christmas is all around the corner. I have to fucking work Christmas. Oh. I think I might just die before Christmas. That'll probably work.
And you could take a man of it by going to see Jigsaw.
Emails.
I'm laughing because I probably will see it.
I'm not laughing because I'm certain I'll see it with you. And I'm just.
It was a good trailer. It was a good trailer.
It's a good trailer, except the last minute.
Yeah, when they make a Saki
last
reference.
10 seconds.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's an intriguing mystery because it's not a supernatural series. But Stranger Things is. And
you're not supernatural. Dragon's Lair, man. They're playing Dragon's Lair.
Of course they are. Of course they are, because we were watching the trailer before this, and I said, "What's amazing is you'll have a bunch of kids going, oh my god, what's Dragon's Lair?" And they're going to, like, you know, people, their parents and their older brothers and sisters will be like, "Oh my god, right, okay." So Dragon's Lair is Don Bluth video game, okay. But you're also going to have a bunch of kids going, "What's an arcade?" And the brothers and sisters and parents of those kids are just going to facepalm, weep, and probably leave their children.
It will be the first mass exodus of souls from this world.
Where the millennials are left to fend for themselves in a cruel world.
We have ruined the world for you. Now you must make it your own.
This has been a message from the Republican Party of the United States of America.
Right, let's get into these emails, and we're going to get through them all tonight. I don't care how long this fucking podcast goes on for. We are going to get through them all and have a clean slate for next week.
The clean slate
doesn't exist. That was a weird movie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I like it.
I don't. I like parts of it.
I've not been back and watched it.
I like parts of it. I like Hardy's delivery because it is odd, but it works. I like the fight in the sewer.
Yeah, I like the fight.
I really like the opening because the opening's always strong, like the plane being taken down. I really like pretty much any scene with Gordon because Oldman is fucking brilliant. That's kind of it.
Should we watch Dunkirk?
No.
Answer that question. Right. So picking up from last week. Don't. So, picking up from last week, we've got a huge
Dick.
email from Luke. Not that Luke, the other Luke.
Oh, God.
One of the Lukes.
We're going to make them fight to the death to decide who is the
No one's
supreme
fighting to
Luke.
death, Chris. We can't clear that legally. I've talked to our lawyers.
All we have to do is crack the pool cue in half, leave it on the floor, and turn away. Make it fast.
So yes, this is picking up from last week. This is from the week before last. Just time happens, guys. These things. Hello. As of this email, it is currently 21:30 on the 16th of July, 2017. Well done to Roger Federer. Damn, Doctor Who making me watch sports I don't care about. But big news, everyone. Female Doctor. Colourly interested. I don't have that crayon. She's a talented actress, and I'm looking forward to see the direction the show goes in. However, what this has shone a light on for me anyway is that I hate Doctor Who fans.
Oh, okay. Look, that's a bit of a bold statement. Like, it's a strong word, you can't say that. You're completely correct in doing so, but you can't say that.
There are a few exceptions.
The modern iteration of Doctor Who fandom can be a very toxic, unpleasant place.
There are a few exceptions, spelled expectations. Fucking fantastic title. You two lovely chaps, the guys at 5 Who fans.
Who?
No, they're all bastards. He Who Moans and Batman March.
He Who Moans, oh, Stu Bagfull. Yeah, Batman March, yeah, Matthew Toffolo and Billy Garrett John there, they're a lot of fun. Yeah. You can tell I watch a lot of YouTube.
Oh, you poor soul. Everyone else is overacting to both extremes, one side threatening not to watch, while the other side pokes fun at male fans, with both sides making ludicrous remarks that they could be conceived? I'm not sure about the usage there. As sexist.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into it. The one that's irked me the most is people
yeah.
have been making the reference of like, oh, listen to the man babies, oh, let's look, oh, I'm going to, just taste the man tears, they're delicious. I'm like, guys, there are sexist arseholes who have a problem with it because they're sexist, yes. There are sexist arseholes who have a problem with it because they haven't taken the time to learn or consider other people's opinions enough to sort of push themselves out of their sexism. And there are also, believe it or not, ladies who don't like it as well. So, like, do you know what I mean? It's this whole thing of us and them, and it's like, no, there are people who are happy with it, and people who aren't happy with it for various reasons. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
We just want it to be a damn good show, and we think she'll be a great doctor. End of story.
As Luke was saying.
No, he wasn't.
Fine.
No, he didn't say this.
Fine,
he
your
wrote
opinion,
it, Matthew.
but don't confuse opinion with fact.
Yes.
The Federation Against Copyright Theft. Doctor Who is...
Don't let the pirates brand you with their mark.
You wouldn't steal a car. Doctor Who is a show about change. So
you wouldn't steal a download.
Let's see what this change is. Personally, I would like it to be downplayed, so hopefully a first line won't be, oh, look at me lady bits. That was my best Jodie Whittaker. Did you like that?
That was amazing. I specifically don't want this Doctor to meet any characters we've met in the last few years at all.
Yeah.
Just because then they'll have to do the conversation of like, what do I call you now? Do you know how you do it? You just don't bring that up.
Don't do it.
Obviously, if she runs into a long-time friend at some point, you can obviously have a moment, but not in season 1.
No.
In the first series, she is the Doctor.
Well,
that's it.
As Luke goes on to say, he's a woman now. So what? That's a great sentence. He's a woman now. I love that we're living in a time where we can say he is a woman. Although the he then becomes she, depending on people's preferred pronouns. But we live in a time where gender is fluid enough that you can go, he's a woman.
He is now a woman, and she is the Doctor.
Yes. He is now a woman, so what? She can still have all the adventures we usually get. I do feel sorry for Jodie Whittaker, as for many people she isn't the 13th Doctor, she's the female Doctor. That's unfair, and hopefully during a time she will become the 13th Doctor to those people. I think that's true.
Very well put.
She shouldn't, she's the 13th, she's not the girl Doctor, she's the 13th Doctor. To misquote Colin Baker, she's the Doctor, whether you like it or not. What I'm trying to get across is that we all need to calm down, think of everyone's reaction to Peter Capaldi. I have just a throbbing reaction to Peter Capaldi. Some hated this choice, but now they love him. Give her a chance, and I'm sure many people will think she's the best thing to happen to Doctor Who since Maisie Williams.
Oh, Luke, what have you done?
But let's not judge before we
Oh
see
my
her in
God,
action.
Luke, you stuck the landing.
That was fucking beautiful. Thank you for letting me air this on your podcast to all 200 other listeners That's a generous estimation. I just felt everyone was acting silly and we just needed some sense. This email has taken a while to word it. It's now 22:25. What time was it when you started? Oh, yeah, it's like an hour. Man, you're never going to get that hour back, Luke. Hopefully I haven't come across condescending and high and mighty. No, of course not. You make very good points.
Yeah. Very well worded.
I'm looking forward to the next series now and the curveballs it might throw, and I'll judge Jodie Whittaker by her series and not before. I also hope I'll be able to make valid criticism without being called a misogynist. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't, if the stories are bad, the problem is you're going to get people saying, well, they're bad. But we're going, oh, you just don't like it because she's a woman. It's like, well, no, if they're bad, they're bad. Yeah. So we're going, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll cross that particular bridge when we come to it. Looking forward to hearing your opinions, and I have a suspicion you'll have covered this news thoroughly by the time you get my email. Yours are wishful and sensible, I hope, listener. Luke, the original, you might say, although I am sort of looking forward to becoming Lucy. Maybe I'm your Lucy, Chris. Now that would be interesting. No, that's just creepy. P.S. I'll hopefully try and make the next email a fun one. That got weird.
Oh,
really weird.
Got really weird. Wibbly wobbly, creepy weepy.
So we're going to pick up... Ian.
Nice one, Luke. Thanks for the email, man.
Ian sent us 2 last week. We only read one of them, so we're going to read the second one.
Ian, part 2.
This is much
The
stronger.
Legend of Curly's Gold.
This is short. He has a twin. If I'm allowed to ask questions, here's mine.
End of email. Next one.
Christopher did a review of movies so far this year. What movies are you both looking forward to? There's a movie called Polaroid out this year, which is basically Goosebumps, Say Cheese and Die. As a movie, that's pretty inspiration. What movies am I looking forward to this year?
I saw the trailer for Polaroid, actually. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we mentioned some of it in the Comic-Con stuff. We're looking forward to Ragnarok. I'm really looking forward to It.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to It.
AKA It Part 1.
Yeah.
If it all goes according to plan.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to It. I'm looking forward to Ragnarok. Justice League's next year, isn't it?
No, this year, November.
Is it November?
Yeah.
But I'm looking...
Because Thor Ragnarok is now October, and I think they've done that consciously to be like, let's... Juggernaut, no matter... Juggernaut. Justice League, no matter what, is going to be a Juggernaut. Let's get out of its way.
It seems late to be doing reshoots
but let's put it in place so that if people really freaking like our movie, it can still do a bit of damage. Disney are a bit devious with their release schedules.
They're not daft, are they?
No, daft. I mean I do like the whole Batman v Superman thing of where they like basically after Winter Soldier in 2014, DC announced that we're going to bring out our Batman v Superman is coming out on March whatever, April whatever 2016. And that's when Marvel went, that's the same weekend as one of ours, isn't it? That we've already announced. They went, would you like to know which film it is? Captain America Civil War, sequel to the best Marvel movie so far. And they stared at each other and DC blinked and backed the fuck away. Even with Batman v Superman, they went, Captain America Winter Soldier was that good. We are not going up against the sequel.
Because they know, well, also, I think they knew they had a bit of a turkey on their hands somewhere there.
Yeah. But in this case, Marvel are obviously trying to shit on DC a bit.
The movie I'm looking forward to most this year...
Blockbuster-wise, Thor Ragnarok.
Last Jedi.
I'm really looking forward to. Last Jedi, of course, yeah.
For me, it's The Last Jedi, because I'll always be a Star Wars kid.
I mean, out of the ones we've talked about trailer-wise, for example, probably The Golden Circle. Kingsman. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one, so I'm looking forward to seeing a new meta 2, because Bookmark Strong. And Nobi Jones.
With character options now extending their license, what figures would you like to see?
We're not going to see any. Let's be brutally honest. Yeah, character options have picked up the license for Doctor Who again for another 5 years. It was up for it was coming up for sale, and they renewed the license, which is interesting because they've not really done much with it for a few years. Yeah. I'm going to geek out on you now. They stopped doing regular action figures in 2013, and started doing the 3.75 inch range instead. So G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Marvel Universe figure size, Doctor Who. Which was a smart decision in a way because it means they were compatible with a lot of other action figures that were big at the time.
I don't feel like they have the same articulation as some of those figures, though.
No, they're not too bad. They're not as articulated, but they're not stunted. They're not so the Star Wars ones come in 2 types. They come in really basic articulation,
of course.
or slightly better articulation, like a Black Series miniature version.
Whereas the Marvel Universe figures, it tends to be quite
very articulated.
Mini Marvel Legends, really.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Doctor Who's miniature range came about, and around the same time that year, that's when Hasbro started bringing back Marvel Legends with a vengeance, and that has turned the tables again because DC started their multiverse figures, which were 3.75-inch
Some of
figures.
which are quite nice.
Some of which were quite nice, but they only did 2 waves of them. The couple, like each wave was like mostly just based on films. Like there's a Catwoman, and a Penguin,
the
and a General Zod.
Has become a shelf warmer at a lot of places.
No, that's the multiverse. They've come out since.
Oh.
Because DC are now trying to catch up to Marvel Legends being back.
Right.
So Doctor Who, sort of basically the 3.75-inch range came out at the wrong time. And also people were like, no, we've got collections in 5-inch. We want like Doctors and Monsters in that scale. So they were like, don't worry, we'll do occasional releases in the 5-inch scale. It's still going to happen. Don't you worry about it, by Jing. They did. And now they have a thing called Collector's Series, which there's only been 1 series of properly. And they do B&M exclusive box sets, which is weird because B&M is a chain mostly found in the north of the United Kingdom rather than the south.
And it's also primarily a discount chain for like end-of-line goods.
And their B&M ranges are mostly reissues of figures with some repaints and variants, but
end-of-line stuff with a bit more effort, really.
Yeah, and it's odd. They're in a really weird place. So if they're renewing it, I'm hoping they're renewing their merchandise and doing what they did back in 2006, which is being there on time. Series 2 of Doctor Who started, we suddenly got a bunch of figures based on Series 1 and a couple Series 2 monsters. Series 2 finished, we got a bunch of Series 2 figures.
Yeah.
If they want to do the right thing, character options, the moment Series 11 starts, that week of Episode 1, we need 13th Doctor, her companion, the monster from the first story, and a monster we know is coming up later in the series. Yeah. That's what we need. They need to spend the money, they need to make stuff. That's my geeky rant about toys over. I could go on about this forever. I'm so sorry. But Ian did ask.
When the Doctor Who 2017 Christmas special, The Doctors, it's not called that, but that's
it's been revealed as Twice Upon a Dream. Well, I know you things that you do, Hartnell's teeth disappear.
Why the fuck do I do this show?
Because you've not finished your parole yet.
When it airs, will you do a big, thick, uncut Capaldic review? I like that.
I think we'll do the Capald epilogue.
Will you sum up Capaldi's whole era? I think we'll do a cap off. And it'll form a trilogy.
The re-Capaldi Part 3.
Yeah,
because Series 10 and his final. Yeah, we probably will. We probably will.
What about for Moffat's whole era?
No.
I don't think we'll do a podcast. I think
that's so serious for me. No. But I think it's because I've talked about it so much in so many places, and I don't have a very positive view of it as a whole, and I don't just want to make a thing where I shit all over it. Yeah. Because that's fine if we're talking about, like, a series or a film, but when it's 7 years of television, it's just going to be the most depressing podcast ever. I love a lot of it, but I also really disagree with a lot of it.
I don't think we'll do a podcast for it. We might find another avenue for it if it's something people really want.
We might, maybe. Maybe what we can do at some point is we could do, either as a cast or as videos, we could focus on, like, Doctor by Doctor eras or something. Well, that'd be kind of fun.
I think it's the kind of thing people like. Well,
people seem to like Doctor Who content.
As you...
Hey, we did a bunch of episodes on other things. Do you want to watch those things? Do you want to watch those things? Do you want to work really hard on those? Do you want to watch them? There's a Tom Holland interview if you'd like to work on it. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it. But we did a bunch of things called Big Damn Love that weren't about Doctor Who, and if you'd like to watch them, that'd be great.
I'd put so much work into those. Please watch them. Please share them with your friends. The last one was half an hour long. It took me so long.
I can't wait for the first Adventures in Backlogging or Matt and Chris play episode that breaks 700 views when we play the freaking Destiny of the... Oh god, no. No, I was gonna say let's dig up the 90s PC game, Destiny of the
I don't think either of us could... I don't think it runs on modern PCs.
We just feed it several pictures of Anthony Ainley and whatever machine we put it in, and it'll sustain.
Get Colin Baker up on me.
A new PC body at last.
So
meats.
We're getting there.
Just not yell meats.
Dear Chris and Matt. Fuck no!
I wasn't ready emotionally.
I'm assuming you've already had a good chat about the new Doctor. To be honest, my initial reaction was intense disappointment as one of those arseholes who was against the idea of a female Doctor.
Now, they're not all arseholes, just a large portion.
But after some thought, I decided I was glad it's finally happened instead of, whenever a new Doctor is revealed, being fearful that it would be a woman.
A woman?
I'm optimistic to see what she does with the role, to see if she'll be able to make me see her as the character of the Doctor, because I haven't seen it yet.
But we've only seen a bloody teaser, Tom. Come on!
We haven't even seen the 13th Doctor yet.
Can you see Jodie as the Doctor yet? No, because they haven't filmed it. Do you think we'll have a male companion? Possibly. It'd be an interesting change in the dynamic. Because we haven't had a male companion since Rory, have we?
No.
I'd like a male companion.
And if you trust the Doctor's flashback from the Doctor Falls, we've never had one.
We've never had a male companion. How do you think having the first female...
This is the final resting place of Mickey Smith, Rory Williams and Danny Pink.
Hey!
Long forgotten by the grumpy Scottishman with the floofy bonds.
How do
He
you...
does have a very floofy bonds.
I just dropped the Tom Monty voice.
Whoa!
And
Have another drink.
Hang on. Right,
Have another...
How do you think having the first female will affect the following incarnations? Do you think we'll have a few consecutive female Doctors in a row now before going back to male? Okay. That's not the somebody voice. Where did that come from?
It's not, but that's an interesting question. I did think about this the other day, actually. For Jodie's casting to not be seen as a quote-unquote gimmick to a lot of cynics, I think the next actor would also have to be female. Just so it's like, yeah, this is how it can work now. The Doctor is definitely male or female. We just cast the actor who's right for the role. I think if you went straight back to male, it would be regarded as like, and there's the token female in the lineup when they do like the merch for number 14.
I think you have to.
I think 14 has to also be. I mean, it just depends on who's right for the role, to be honest. But I think it would be a wise move for 14 to also be a female performer.
Yeah, because look at like your 1 out of 13.
Yeah. Whereas if you got 2 out of 13...
After that, it kind of smacks of tokenism if you don't carry on with it.
Yeah.
But again, like you say, it depends... I want to say it depends on who's best person for the role, but things are a little more complicated than that.
Yeah.
And we've just got to live with that. So...
I think the thing is once you've done a couple of female actors in the role, no one can argue then... well, he's definitely just a bloke and that was a one-off. Like, when there's a couple, you're like, oh, I guess he could be male or female. And then you can go back and forth after that, I think. Do you know what I mean? Because then it'd be like, oh, cool, it's just like, oh, my God, this actor's going to do it now. Oh, my God, this actor's going to do it now. So I think it would be a wise move to... And it's sad that you'd have to limit the casting in this way, but at the same time, for the progression of the show and to make sure she isn't seen as a weird blip or a one-off, I think you need a female performer to be the 14th incarnation as well.
I would argue it's the opposite of a limitation, though, because you've got an entire gender of untapped potential.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
So,
in respect to like the female actors who will now
people
be
who
there.
wouldn't have even been considered for it before. Yeah. Now getting a crack at the whip. So yeah, I think that's
people who a lot of viewers and speculators wanted to be in the running, but was never really taken seriously.
Yeah.
Do you know what's really fascinating about Jodie's cast thing as well? I mean, lots of things are fascinating, but so 2013, Peter Capaldi's one of the names that's been bandied around at bookies, like people taking bets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The morning of the next Doctor Live program, he shot up to the front running.
Oh.
Same thing happened with Jodie Whittaker. Her name wasn't really in any of the betting pools at all.
No, because I don't remember hearing anything about...
Then the morning
of
the announcement, like her odds shot up.
I'd heard rumblings
which says to me there are people in the betting world. Because people bet on any freaking thing. I can't remember which podcast. It was one of the Smorgasbord podcasts I was listening to. They talked about betting in the UK on things like that. I think it was about Doctor Who, actually.
Yeah, probably.
And they were saying, like, it was baffling to them. In the States, people don't really do that. But over here, at places like Ladbrokes and stuff like that, it's not just horse racing. It's not just football. People take bets on anything. People take bets on who's going to die next in The Walking Dead. Like, people take bets on things like this. Which says to me what happened with Capaldi and Jodie's odds in 2013 and 2017. They have people in there somewhere who are getting hold of this information so that they can utilise it to profit. What the hell?
That's the road we don't want to go down.
It's just weird, right? But what a weird thought that there's someone out there like covertly trying to find this out, or someone leaking it to someone else so that they can place bets, but in such a way that it doesn't get out. But then obviously people get a sniff of it just in time and make some money. How freaking weird.
People will do anything for a bit of money, Chris.
It's so strange.
Final question from Tom. Oh, I've got to find the voice again. One sec.
Was Jodie Whittaker at all on your radar for the Doctor before the announcement? Have you seen Broadchurch?
Thank you, Smeagol.
I have not seen Broadchurch.
I've got series 1. We've not tucked into it yet.
I had seen him in Attack the Block, and
yes, that's what I know from.
Who's watched one of my big downloads will know I have seen her in Black Mirror because she's in the entire history of you, and she's wonderful in it, playing an awful person.
Yes,
but everyone in that episode is playing an awful. As I said, everyone in that episode is a massive cock.
Yeah. Yeah, and not a juicy one either.
No, just a massive cock.
Like an invasive one. Like one that's prodding your bum, trying to wake you up on a Sunday morning.
Jonas.
When you want to lie in.
Bit of a dick, isn't it? Bit of a knob. Everyone in the episode's a bit of a knob.
I know from Attack the Block, and I'm like, yes, please. If you've not seen Attack the Block, a defecting stormtrooper and an alien Time Lord with two hearts fight a bunch of furry walking carpets with glow stick leakings in their mouth in a high rise. So watch it.
Yes.
On Nick Frost in it somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Also the Boy Yeager. The Boy Yeager. That was when I first saw him and something was like...
Yeah.
That kid's good. That kid's great.
He's amazing, because again, he's a massive cock in that. He's really unlikable.
Yeah.
And they don't even try and do a thing of like, oh, he's redeemable. It's like, no, he's a knob, but he knows that this is wrong and he's going to do a bit of... He's going to help people out to a point, but ultimately he just wants to live.
Pragmatic.
Yeah, it's a good film, man. Attack the Block is great.
This one comes in from Harry Draper.
Harry Draper! Hello, Harry Draper!
Hello, Matt and Chris. Hope it's all very well with you. Continuing to enjoy the podcast as it continues to grace and bless my delicate earlobes with its harmonic audio resonance. But...
Oh!
I need something from you.
Oh?
You know what it is.
Oh.
You know what I need more than anything else in this world.
Oh, God.
Matt, you and I both know that the best section of the podcast is in the end, in which you provide us with those essential cheats. For PS2 specifically, I think. Or do you do a range of consoles? And I need my fix. Please, do not deny me. Cheats for The Simpsons Hit and Run on PS2. Can you, as somebody once said, hit me with them? Well,
I'm sorry, was that a specific request for cheats
Harry,
for PlayStation 2? The hottest hints, tips and codes?
Look, I need to do a little bit of research. So while I'll get my team on it while we're doing these last couple of emails.
Do they have to? I mean, we don't have a budget. How are you paying them? In fear.
Yes, the currency of fear. Fear, beatings, and strict discipline.
The occasional mini roll.
See, I prefer Mr. Kiplin's cake bars.
The good Matt take us and the good Matt give us.
The Bakewell ones.
Thanks, Harry Drake.
Kids will do anything for a...
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I'd suck a dick for a tasty cake.
Jacob! Oh, Jacob's made of clay. We sculpted him into a shape and then he flew away. But now he's back into our box and he's got words for you. So Jacob, please don't delay. Tell us what to do. Oh, you deleted it. Oh, shit. You leant on the key.
Sorry, I just died.
Jacob!
So I was dead at the time. Hello, Big
I woke
Damn.
up dead.
I'm dead today.
Oh, God.
Hello, Big Damn Cocker. How are you?
If
I
that
am
ain't
finding
euphemism.
it kind of weird Doctor Who not being on TV, as I don't really have anything else to watch. Apart from Dirk Gently for the third time,
Yes.
Stranger Things for the second time, classic Doctor Who, Black Mirror, Poirot. Yeah, I'm 15 and watch Poirot. Poirot's great. David Suchet. And Riverdale, even though it's really shite.
Oh.
I think we may have an email coming up that's going to disagree with you on that one. Okay, maybe I have a lot of things to satisfy my eye holes. No, they're my eye holes. But Doctor Who...
Did you write that?
Doctor Who... No.
Oh my God, I was going to say.
But Doctor Who is my favourite TV show, and when it was actually decent for one and then goes away, I miss it. I just realised you wonderful cockers haven't even touched gently on Dirk Gently. I swear I didn't do that one on purpose, but I'm glad I did. Personally, I think it's one of my favourite ever TV shows. Samuel Barnett is an amazing actor, and one I think would be a good Doctor Who, or companion. If that happened, I think his amazing acting would add to the already wonderful plethora of actors we have had the privilege of watching while beholding the unitard of Doctor Who. I love unfolding unitards. Anyway, Dirk Gently, it's really good, and if you haven't watched it, you should. I have started watching it. I've not finished it. You watched it all, didn't you?
I watched all what?
What did you, Matthew, Keeper of Traken Watson, and Christopher Logopoulos Johnson think about Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency?
I dug it.
I've only watched a couple of episodes. I liked it. I just not had a chance to get back to it yet.
I think it was a bit of a grower. I enjoyed episode 1. I was a bit meh on episode 2. But episode 3 I was like, I'm not sure. And then I binged 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and went, no, this is great. Like, I just started. I was like, oh, go on, I'll pick it up. It was after a few weeks. And I just ended up watching 5 episodes in a row. I think it's great. It's not the Douglas Adams books, but there is a twinkle in its eye that is very much familiar.
Yeah.
It doesn't stray away from the core idea enough to feel like they've just gone, loosely based, but like it's obviously a very different package from what his prose puts in your head when you read the 2 novels, and it also has allusions to the 2 books having happened.
See, I was just about to ask that.
Yeah.
Does it imply that the...
It implies that they've happened, because again, it's a new story.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, there was a very brief throwaway mention where I think somebody mentions that like he looks scrawnier than they thought he would, referring to Dirk.
Yeah,
because obviously in the books he's more of a heavy set, like
Chubster.
middle-aged guy. Yeah, so I don't know how I mean, I don't think they're blatantly saying it's a sequel to the books, but I think they're implying that like, it's just slightly different. I do love the way that they work with the whole realms of coincidence and fate and balancing death by causing death in certain places. And Fiona Dourif, isn't it? Yeah. Her character's fucking stellar.
Unrecognisable.
She's so good.
Having only seen her in Curse of Chucky, I was like, I didn't realise it was Laura. It was Fiona Dourif.
She's really, really freaky.
Yeah,
Like just the voice and the way she carries herself. Again, there's not really anyone in it who's redeemable. Like, there are nice people in it, but they all have a villainous streak or a mean streak where they go, oh, go on then. Or, no, let that happen, because it's just easier if that happens, and we look the other way. Every character kind of goes through that. But you still have, like, you know, Elijah Wood sort of is the follow-through. Like, he's the one we ride on the shoulders of, like, through the show. And he's a great leading man. He's really good. I dig it. I dig it, and I'm very much looking forward to season 2. I hope we get it the same way in the UK, where they just dump the whole thing on Netflix for us to enjoy. That'd be great.
I'd love that.
Yeah, I'm down. I also thought it was hilarious. Just a little side note: the BBC America panel at San Diego. No, it wasn't San Diego Comic Con last year. I think it was the New York Comic Con in October.
Yeah.
The BBC America panel was Dirk Gently, Doctor Who, and Class. And it's so fascinating to see that the next BBC America panel was at San Diego this past weekend. And it was Dirk Gently, and then Doctor Who. And that was it.
So what else have they got?
Nothing. Oh God! I said on Twitter the other day, I've been watching Sarah Jane Adventures again, but recapping it ahead of the Attic event. And I said, like, there was a little thing I found out about the Enemy of the Bane Series 2 finale, the one which is the last appearance of the Brigadier in a show.
Yes.
And Nicholas Courtney is the Brigadier. And I happened to mention on Twitter that in the Writer's Tale, Russell T Davies book, originally the character from Unit, their Unit connection that they were going to use in that story, was Martha Jones.
That makes sense, yeah.
Which would mean in 2008, Freema Agyeman would have appeared in Torchwood, Season 2, Sarah Jane, Season 2, and in The Sontaran Stratagem Poison Sky.
Guess what
in Series 4 Doctor Who, and Doctor's Daughter. But that's like, oh, cool. So the idea was in that year to have one character appear in everything. That is quite cool. But due to scheduling conflicts and Law and Order filming, Freema wasn't available, and they had to, still in the script stages, luckily,
Law and Order shit.
Figure out what they were doing. So they approached Nicholas Courtney and said, "Would you be the Brigadier?" And he went, "Yeah, of course."
Of course I'll be the Brigadier.
Oh my god, great! So they wrote him in. So I said,
Nicholas fucking Courtney, who else am I going to be?
It's fascinating. Like I said, it would have been fun to see Martha interact with the Bannerman Road.
It would have been fun to see Nicholas Courtney be Martha.
Oh god.
Nicholas Courtney, have you ever played a black woman?
Well, I've played many things. He's so good in it, though. But like, I'm glad it worked out the way it did, simply because it means we got one more Brigadier appearance, and the Black Archive debuts in it.
Yeah,
in its first form in a big old warehouse out in the middle of nowhere.
Because that's all they could afford.
but it's done like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, when you see there's an establishing shot of it inside where it just goes on for miles, and it's just crates and alien ships and stuff. And it's like, that's really cool. And then obviously the break-in that Sarah Jane takes part in that episode is the reason why they change the security, beef it up, and move it under the Tower of London and Day of the Doctor. That's how you world build without talking about it massively. Really nice. But the reason why I brought this up,
I've forgotten why you brought this up. Jesus Christ!
I said it's fascinating though, because it means she would have appeared in the 2 spin-offs, and I can't remember who, but someone on Twitter, probably one of our listeners, replied to me and said, 2. I think you're forgetting Class. And I just wanted to reply, I think you're forgetting K9 and Company. Also, go away.
Yeah, stop now. It's okay. Although we can't have any more Sarah Jane adventures, for which I'm very sorry, for very sad reasons, I'm sure Katie Manning's down for the Joe Grant Gallivants.
Now, she's remarried. She's Joe Jones now, in continuity, I'm afraid to say. But Jesus Christ, can she get divorced just so we can have the Joe Grant Gallivants?
Joe Jones Journeys?
Finn Jones was a grandson in Death of the Doctor, the Sarah Jane story. Looking miles younger than he does. Like now, like big, boffy, curly hair, really scrawny, mega tanned.
Iron Fist has aged him. Now for big damn questions. What would you think of a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Netflix TV show? The BBC one's already perfect. Whom is your...
Again, I wouldn't be against it.
Don't do it like the movie, though.
No.
The movie had some nice ideas,
Don't try and be action-packed. Don't try and be action-packed. Stick as close to the tone of the radio show and the TV show, the prior TV show, as possible, and just be like, everyone's reaction isn't like, oh my god, this is weird. It's like, oh, that's terribly strange.
You know what you do? You know what you do with...
Be peculiar. Stand out.
You know what you do with the Netflix TV show for Hitchhiker's Guide? Animate the radio show.
Just play the theme song for 45 minutes.
God. Whom is your favourite Buffy character?
Oh, Jesus. Have you got another half an hour?
No, we really haven't, so be fucking quick.
Okay, serious answer. Probably Joyce Summers. Just because I love Kristen Sutherland's performance. She is such a solid part of Buffy's life and of Dawn's life and everything, that when she is ripped away, in hands down, probably the best episode of the show, The Body, it creates a wave that lasts for the remainder of the show. She wasn't a central character, but she was a pillar of the central character's world.
A pillar of the community.
Close second, it's a toss-up between Rupert Giles and Tara McLean. And if you want a silly answer, Sid the Dummy from The Puppet Show, Series 1. It was a living ventriloquist doll. It was a good guy.
I know who Sid is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Cool.
Willow. Why the fuck did you make that so difficult? You made a fucking meal of that one, didn't you, Chris?
I love it.
And what do you want to see from...
big damn love it.
What do you want to see from...
Season 2 opener.
What do you see from Jodie Whittaker's... What do you want to see from Jodie Whittaker's Doctor? I want to see her in good stories, and that's about it.
I want to see no old monsters. Find a way around the contractual obligation of the Daleks. Sorry, the alleged contractual obligation around the Daleks. which is so obviously really a thing, because even this year, I figured this out the other day, that's the only reason we had that scene with Bill last year when there was no series, so the Daleks would be on screen on BBC One once. This contract with the Terry Nation State has to exist. It has to. The Daleks have appeared every year without fail. Even Series 6, they said they were taking a break from him. We had that one scene where he confronts a Supreme in a crashed ship.
I completely forgot that.
Yeah, think about it. And this year, the Daleks appeared in the wraparound parts of the preview from last year.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also in pilot.
That's what I mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
the parts of that episode were just they
of
were a
course,
prologue and an
yeah.
epilogue to the preview from the previous year.
Yeah.
And the only reason that preview existed and went out on BT One, I think, was so they can go, there, the Daleks, we've used them, please don't take the rights away. Interesting. Pause for thought. Food for cats.
And what was
cool for Kramer.
And what was your favourite episode of season 10, season 36? By the way, why I did that last week, because I was reading a Radio Times article and they call it season 36 for some bizarre reason. You mentioned that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Lots of dry squishy cuddles. Oh, dry and squishy.
Ooh.
Crusty,
as long as it isn't crusty.
P.S. When I said Flash Thompson was exactly like his counterpart, I just meant he's a very, very large knob head like his counterpart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Sent from Nardol's second Wi-Fi enabled knob. I love you, Jacob.
Looking back, probably the Doctor Falls, just because there was a lot of stuff where I went, oh, there's Peter being allowed to act like a freaking legend. But if I had to whack one on randomly to watch it in the background, I'd probably put on either Thin Ice or The Eaters of Light.
Thin Ice for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any episode from last series was remarkable, but there were a larger amount of good episodes this year this time around.
Yeah,
compared to
it was only really the Monks trilogy that I hated.
Yeah,
everything else was like,
hey Matt,
pretty good.
Why did they invade?
Next email. This one comes in from Emma.
Hello.
Emma's not emailed us in before, has she?
I don't believe so.
She's tweeted us, but she's not emailed us. Riverdale trailer. Talk about the Riverdale Season 2 trailer, the one from SDCC, and then talk about Riverdale, and also watch Riverdale. That would be brilliant. If you don't like Riverdale, I'm going to spam because we're on Snapchat for eternity. Thanks, boys!
That'd be mean. Don't do that. Spam Matt. He's a handsome man.
Don't spam me. Don't spam me.
We preempted this.
I never use Snapchat. Chris sends me Snapchat messages.
Yeah.
Very important things. I don't get notifications from on my phone sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I don't watch his Snapchat messages about 3 days. And I'll get a message from him going, do you want to do this tomorrow? And that'll have been 2 days ago.
Because of a lot of live TV environment stuff that I work with, like over the years, I never have notifications turned on any phone I've owned. Just because, you don't want it going off in a work environment all the time. So because of that, I never see anything. But I did see the Riverdale trailer. We did watch it in our big compilation.
I thought you didn't see anything because you have your Ants in Your Eyes Johnson.
Everything's black. I can't see anything. I also can't feel anything. I've just realised you've bought me 2 Rick and Morty t-shirts.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh.
I bought my girlfriend 2 as well.
God.
Because I'm not very original. 2 different ones though, not the same. So
minor tangent. If you want to see a really cool hand crocheted Mr. Meeseeks doll, go to Lucy's Crafty Crafts on Instagram. Just saying.
He's Mr. Meeseeks.
Look at him.
I'll give Riverdale a go.
We did have a look at the trailer.
I don't understand it.
I'll give it Riverdale a go. I'm Doug Dimmadome on Rother Dimsdale Dimmadome.
But as someone who's currently enjoying the revival of Twin Peaks and quite enjoys... A lot of people don't like the second half of season 2 of Twin Peaks where it goes all soap opera-y. And I quite like it because it's melodramatic and silly.
So you would watch an Archie and Veronica Twin Peaks mashup that is Riverdale?
I think Riverdale might scratch that particular crotch itch.
Isn't it weird? Like, we were talking about it before, that Riverdale is essentially... It'd be like... Do you know what it is? It's Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Do you remember that animated series? Where it was basically Sherlock Holmes was Captain America. Like, they froze him and brought him back in the 22nd century.
Where?
And there was an android called Watson.
Captain America swings
Tis mighty, dear stalker. Like, that was... That, basically, they took Sherlock Holmes, took the basics of it, like, you know, who everyone was, what he does, etc., and then completely went like, and now we're telling it like this for some reason. That's Riverdale. Because Archie's, like, you know, obviously sort of cheesy, and, oh boy, I hope I can ask Veronica out to the big dance, and all that stuff, you know, Jughead and everything, la la la. And then Riverdale is, yeah, but what if Archie was sexy? That's basically it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and everyone's colour scheme matches the characters from the comic books. Like, you know...
Jughead isn't asexual in the show, though. He's in the comics.
Is he?
Yeah, in the comics he's asexual.
Oh, alright. Yeah, but I don't think the Riverdale cast are going to have a crossover with the Punisher or the Predator at any point either.
Oh, God.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
But like, you know, Archie has the colour scheme of Archie, and, like, you know, the characters look like they're sort of in comic book colours, but they're obviously in non-stylised clothing. So it's sort of this weird... I am intrigued, and I will probably watch it at some point.
You know what I've been waiting for? To jump on the Riverdale train.
Oh?
And I don't know if this is...
Sabrina the Teenage Witch crossover
Yes.
episode. Seriously?
Yes.
I was joking, but now that
No,
I saw the gleam in
because
your
Sabrina's...
eye. An Archie comic.
She's in that universe.
Oh my god.
Sabrina is not just an Archie comics character.
Yeah.
She's an Archie character.
Oh my god, I know who the murder victim for Series 2 should be. Should be a 10-year-old boy called Casper. I'm not even joking. That would be fucking phenomenal.
Oh,
I'm
going to watch Riverdale.
Come on, it'd be Casper, and then there's a series of sightings of the boy throughout the town, throughout the series, and everyone's like, but he's dead. We saw it on the news. He is gone. Like, why do we keep seeing him? So they bring in somebody who apparently is an expert in the occult, a student from a school across the state, Sabrina Spellman. Come on!
I wish this was happening so
Oh
much.
my god, I would watch the crap out of that!
Yeah, I should give Riverdale a go. I'll try and finish off Dirk Gently, and I'll get to Riverdale hopefully before Defenders comes on. But we'll see.
For some reason, I have no idea why, you saying Riverdale makes me think of the Fairly Odd Parents character, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimmadale Dimmadome. I have no idea why. I think it's just the way you say it, it's very rhythmic, Riverdale. I'm like, Dimmadome.
Because that's how many syllables it has.
Yeah, but I'm Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Cool. Have we got another email?
Yes, we got an email and a mini follow-up from Luke.
Oh, by
Not
Jingo,
that
let's
Luke.
hold hands and pray, for Luke is here, Kaloo-Kalay, let's hear what he has to say.
Not the Luke we talked to earlier.
Oh, never mind then.
Hiya, Big O Damo Casto Doodles.
Oh my god, you can speak Mexican?
You can't wait until the attic.
Oh my god, are you going to be at the attic? Yeah, so for those listening on Friday the whatever that this goes out, 28th? 28th. Tomorrow, Saturday the 29th, is the attic in Cardiff. I'd say come along, but you had to have bought tickets, so don't bother. It's a big old charity event in aid of the Tai Hafan Foundation and their stuff. They're raising a shed ton of money by having a 10th anniversary celebration of the Sarah Jane Adventures, because 2007 was the year it started, with Invasion of the Bane on New Year's Day, and then the series started in the autumn. So it was a big celebration. I'm going to be hosting a bunch of the Q&As along with Scott Hancock from Big Finish. And we've got Danny Anthony, we've got Yasmin Page, we've got Angela Mahindra, we've got Tommy Knight, we've got we've got everyone. We've got basically as many cast members as we could get together to be there. They are there. So if you're there, say hello. Come and say hello. Although we've worked something out, people have been saying to me, like, who come in, like, could we get like a selfie or something? Like, it'd be nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of people who've asked, you can get a picture, but you are going to have to pay a small fee for it, because instead they've booked me in to have a photo session, like the cast have. So if you'd like to get a picture with me, you need to get it in a photo session, you might say, hang on, why am I paying for that? Because the money you pay for the photo session, 100% of it is going toward the Tyre Fan Foundation.
Chris isn't getting paid for it, so...
I'm not getting paid for it. This is a complete charity event, so everybody who's there, spend as much money on everything as you can, because it's all going to a good cause. We get to celebrate an amazing show, and but I will publicly shun Luke for my own amusement. In fact, I will avoid any room that Luke is in.
Well, Luke does go on to say he hopes to meet Chris and grab a photo or something.
Yeah, I'm not going to be there now. I'm kidding, Luke. Of course, come and say hello.
I'm not going to be there because I'll be drinking to numb the pain. Luke goes on to say, I've spent...
And then watching Riverdale.
I've spent over a week considering... No, I'm at Festwich this weekend. I've spent over...
Of course!
I've spent over a week...
Have we conveniently finished Big Damn Love at the right time?
I think so.
Like, we've sort of... that's bizarre. Yeah.
It's almost as if we planned it. I've spent over a week considering how I feel about the next Doctor. I've just reached a point of, I don't already know. I hope they didn't just cast her because she's a female lady woman because she is rather good. I suspect that is the case, that she is rather good. Having seen her in other things.
I've been thinking about the next Doctor since 2008, and I've got to say, Morrissey would have been a good contender, but ultimately, the Cyber Shades are just too laughable.
Just one question today. What are your thoughts on ITV TV's The Broadchurch, starring BBC One TV's Doctor Who's David Tennant as the Broadchurchman?
And BBC TV's Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker as one of the Broadchurch women. The BBC TV. BBC TV, 13 episodes of BBC TV's Doctor Who in 2016, which we never got. We still need to watch it. We still need to watch it proper.
I've not seen any of it.
But I mean, it's Doctor Who is a nice bridge into that kind of drama show for a lot of people because like Arthur Darvill's in it, Eve Miles is in it, like Olivia Colman's in it. So there's a lot of crossover in terms of cast members. Yeah. So yeah, no, we'll get on that. We'll get on it.
Luke says he only saw season 1, but he really liked it.
Yeah, from what I've been told, series 1's great. Series 2's not so great. Series 3's pretty good.
Little follow-up from Luke.
Oh, mince.
Here's a small follow-up. I loved that effect at the start of the Doctor Who trailer, but I think that Asbill's return wasn't needed, and removes the impact of her death.
Yeah.
Scare quotes.
So it's his last story. Just, they should have saved it as a surprise.
Yeah.
They should have saved it as a surprise when you watch the episode.
Also, did you notice how BBC said, Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor, no as, in case they made the same mistake?
No, there was an as, and there was still no space between as and the, but the as was in black font over black screen, so you just didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Bye. I should be gone now. Or maybe not.
But then did he write anything after that?
No.
What if he's still here?
Well, then I'll scare him off.
What?
With my...
No.
hotly requested...
No.
Simpsons hit and run...
Oh God, no!
...codes.
No.
Alright, okay. So here's what you need to do.
BigDamnContact@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with us during the week. We're also Big Damn Cast on Twitter.
So I can't see that.
You can get us on YouTube. We've got weekly shows, Adventures in Backlogging.
Go
Big Damn Cast. And of course, we're going to be doing more Matt and Chris Play soon as well.
Hold. I can't read the buttons.
Please send help. This man... He knows things.
Hold 2 buttons. L1 and
He'll
L1.
shit on me and set me on fire.
Enter the following codes.
Oh no.
Blow up cars on impact.
Oh, God.
Two triangles. This font is too small. It's too small.